I'm on the mission, snap any minute, casually winning. Stop tripping on me, stop dissing on me. Yeah, I got a dream, can't take it from me. My fire's burning, now I'm always learning. Tell me where to go, man, I'm on a journey. Yeah, I can't explain it, I get excited. Keep it 300, King Leonidas. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. I don't got the time, put me in, coach. I've been going hard, time to let it show. Everything raw, give it to me now. Let me have the spot, man, it's going down. Gotta get it here, I don't wanna wait. Take what I want, then I go train. Gotta get a win, I won't lose the game. This is my year, I ain't gonna break. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
Welcome to the place where dreams come true, where everything you want can be yours, if and only if you're willing to work for them, you're willing to hurt for them, but most of all, you're willing to be first for them. Look, I'm going straight to the top. I don't know how I would stop, like it or not. I got some goals that I'm hitting. You hear what I'm spitting, it's hot. Look what I got, whole lot of passion and pain. The road to success is insane. Stay out my lane, cause I'm on a mission. I'm getting what stands in my way. Yeah, I'm a beast, I wouldn't play with me, baby. The way that I'm training is crazy and I do it daily. You wanna talk about drive? I got more drive than Mercedes, I've never been lazy. I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete, well get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Yeah, I gotta be first. Look, I don't want anyone's sympathy. I understand what it's meant for me. I give my focus and energy. If it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. But mentally, I'm undefeated. They hear that and say I'm conceited. Like there's no reason. Like I don't beat them and come back again just to teach them that when you work under pressure, you reach higher measures. They'll try and bring you down, but you cannot let them, and only get better and focus on cheddar. Eye on the prize and you'll become a legend. Like, when I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete, well get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Yeah, I gotta be first. They don't know what's gotten into me, how'd I turn pain into energy. Through all the struggle and hurt, remember my worth, and that's why I gotta be first.
So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, get excited. We're all here at the studio, we're excited. Why are we excited? Because it is the Clash of Clans Snapdragon Pro Series.
Till a player on top, know it. Rooftop, penthouse suite. If you really want it, gotta own it. Fly through it, we was at the lowest. Blood, sweat, tears, the components. Riding all year, now's the moment. We are not friends, we are opponents. Yeah, I'm coming for mine. Yeah, I'm making a play, the game on the line. Yeah, I've been on the grind. Yeah, I jump in the spot, I made it my time. Yeah, look in the sky. Yeah, the stars align, no shade to shine. Can't stop it already, emotional, working devotion. We put in this time, look. You won't stop.
Welcome, as I said, it is the Clash of Clans Snapdragon Pro Series. My name is Falcone, I will be your host for today, but much more importantly, I am joined by the legendary Eric and Bash. Eric, how are you doing tonight?
I'm ready for Season 4. Can you believe it? We're up to Season 4 of the Snapdragon Pro Series, and we got some good wars for you tonight, and I'm very excited to bring it to you as we kick off this new season.
4 seasons in, and of course you guys have been here for a very long time. Bash, what's special about Season 4? What's special about today?
Well, we got a ton of teams playing through NA. We got a little bit of roster shakeups, and I think we're going to see some really interesting plays as the meta's kind of developed, but we might see a new meta very soon.
Right, of course, there is a new update coming out very, very soon. So tonight is going to be the players' last chance to really show what they've got at this patch. But of course, those of you watching at home, we want to hear what you think about the matches tonight. You can get in touch with us at X, Instagram, and Facebook at ESL Mobile. Let us know what you think of the matches, of the show, of everything. We would love to hear from you. And of course, vitally, get in touch with us on Discord, because you never know, you could be the next to compete in a Snapdragon Pro Series. It is super, super accessible. These mobile games, really, anyone can jump in and play. Right, Eric?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one of the best parts about it. And in fact, there's a lot of lot of new faces. I've noticed that there's a lot of extra teams that hadn't participated in the last season, and I think Bash was saying there's like nearly 100 teams that were signed up for this season. So a lot of participation here in the Snapdragon this season.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the coolest things about mobile games in general, is that they are super accessible, and it is so easy to get into the competitive side of things. We've all got a phone, right, Bash? You've got a phone, right, Bash?
Yeah, we definitely, we all have phones, we all have tablets. It's the era of everyone. Everyone can play, everyone can be involved, so definitely check out the socials for the next season information, but we're going to play out this season and crown us a champion for Season 4.
All right, well, that is enough chit-chatting. Let's get into the format for today. How are things gonna go down? Eric, why don't you talk me through this?
So right now, the team just finished up an open ladder. We had, like we said, almost 100 teams there that played to the open ladder. 2 of them, the top 2, already advanced to the challenge phase. We need 8 to go to the challenge phase total. So the 16 teams that are gonna be participating today are gonna have to survive through today and tomorrow, and only the top 6 will move on. They're gonna play it through a double elimination bracket. Once they get to challenge, then it's a completely different story. They're gonna be doing a round robin. They're gonna be narrowing the play down to 4. Then we'll go into the finals, and then we crown a champion. So we got a lot of season left to play here. This is just the beginning.
Just the beginning, but still very, very intense for the players to have gotten this far. And of course, they will be competing for some big money, which we'll be looking at in a minute. But Bash, is there any... Oh, actually, it looks like the money's ready now. Look at that. $1,400 for first place. Not bad at all, right, Bash?
Not bad. And this is just our ladder phases. As we scale up and move forward, the prizes only get bigger. So it's very important for these teams to give it their all and try to make it a challenge, or they could play for upwards of, I believe, $20,000. But we'll talk about that later in the season. Right now, we got $1,400 on the line for the first place winner.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that sounds amazing. I heard $20,000, and then my brain sort of stopped working and just sort of lagged there a second. I'd like $20,000. Maybe I should sign up and get playing. No, that's very, very cool. Of course, and of course, that's again one of the great things about Snapdragon Pro Series is that it really is that accessible. And you know, 16th place gets $100, which still isn't bad for a couple of days of playing video games, right, Eric?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's like he was saying, you only had to get up to top 16 out of the 100 teams. So, I mean, some seasons we have more,
a little bit less than 100.
Have less, and a little bit less than 100. Well, either way.
I misunderstood. It was like 200 players, you know.
Then that makes
so it's like 50 teams.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, then the
40 teams. Yeah, I misunderstood the numbers. It's bash math, Eric.
Bash math is broken. We already know that.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing much more bash math as the night goes on. I think that's going to be maybe one of the highlights of the broadcast. But let's take a look at the bracket and see what order the matches are going to be taking place. Who will be facing off against who? Eric, what jumps out to you here?
I mean, I see a lot of familiar names here. I'm also seeing a lot of unknown names here, but that's the interesting thing about every season of the Snapdragon Pro Series. Every season, it seems like we see a lot of players, a lot of teams making up new names and maybe some funny names. I see like Umpire Game, I saw their logo earlier. It's kind of goofy. They're having fun with this, and that's what's most important here. And if they're winning somebody at the same time, then even better.
Absolutely. It really is win-win. A joy to take part and a joy, hopefully, to watch back home. And I'm sure a joy for you guys to cast as well, right, Bash?
Yeah, that's right. And remember, it's double elimination here today. So our first couple matches here are not going to be knockout matches. These are kind of just going to set our tone and then make sure you guys come back tomorrow. And we'll see which 6 teams do make it through to join our top 2 in the challenge phase.
Very exciting indeed. Let's take a look at today's schedule for another look at who is playing whom in what order. And there you go. There is the matchups, Eric.
Yeah, 50 Thieves against Dark Forest Gaming, and we'll look at the rosters here in just a minute. You're going to see some familiar names there. You may not recognize the team names here for that first match there. We do have 2 new teams, but Birds of Power, they did well in last season. United Gaming Nebula did extremely well in last season, barely missing their chance to go out to Seattle to go play on the big stage out there. So, yeah, really, really close there, Bash.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy way our last season ended. But like you said, Eric, it's NA. We got a lot of familiar faces, roster shakeups, so it should be pretty interesting to see how this one plays out.
All right, guys, just while we get ready to jump into the game, let's talk meta a second. And I want to hear, so again, it's one of the last opportunities, you guys said, for these players to prove themselves in this current patch. What should we be expecting to see gameplay-wise, Eric?
Well, we just, like, literally, me and Bash just got home from the World Championship, so I feel like a lot of the meta has been defined there, as we've seen the top players across the world they're playing, and a lot of these players actually were out in Finland for the World Championship as well. So like they're just off of some of them might be fresh off of travel as well. And so this is one of the last chances that these players will play Town Hall 15 before Town Hall 16 comes out. And we don't know exactly when that's gonna come out here, but seeing this next phase, challenge phase, starts in January, we're probably gonna have it before then, I'd guess. So they need to go just send off Town Hall 15 with a bang here, and obviously they need to qualify to the next phase as well.
All right, you guys, I believe that the first match of the day is ready. It is coming up right now, so over to you guys.
Here we go, Eric. Our first matchup, 50 Thieves going up against Dark Force Gaming. 50 Thieves, we're not going to recognize a ton of players on this roster, but Dark Force Gaming, they're going to look very familiar. But let's take a look at 50 Thieves here. Sun Tzu, Gator, Ace Boogie, Herbo, Prototype N, and JZ600. A couple of familiar names in there.
Yeah, it is always interesting, though, because we do see a wave of new players coming in here, but we do see a lot of familiar names over on Dark Force Gaming. Biz, Granite Clasher, Sir Will, Anthony, Burger Boss, and Jethro. We've seen these guys going out to the live events there. We've seen them in the end stages of the Snapdragon season after season. A lot of seasoned players here, a lot of very talented players and I'm expecting that they would probably be the favorite in this match here if I had to guess one of the two. But that's the thing, they could go either way here, and we just got to see how they play here, as they go into this final stage of this open ladder and into this open finals.
And we've seen time and time again in the ladder phase where anything can really happen here. So yeah, we might not know a lot about 50 Thieves. I mean, I recognize a couple names there, but don't write them off just because we don't recognize their names. It's the era of everyone, Eric. It's Clash of Clans esports. All it takes is one big defense, a couple big triples, and we can pull off what you may call an upset.
Absolutely. And I always find it interesting when you see the unknown teams, the underdog teams, because a lot of times they'll bring out some attacks here that we wouldn't really consider the meta attacks there. And so, I mean, maybe we'll see some more meta attacks there. Maybe they've been paying attention to what the extreme high end player pros are going to do here. But look at this. Here we go. We are off. Our first match of season 4 of the Snapdragon Pro Series is underway. 50 Thieves sending in Gator, and it looks like he's breaking out a super barge, going after that big blimp value. And you can see he's got the clones and the visibility to set it up here and try to get as much of this base down as he can, Bash.
I expect we'll see quite a bit of this. We saw it a lot in Worlds, but I think this is a pretty favorite attack of a lot of NA players, as if you can get that value from your blimp where you're going to have the super archers inside that blimp and they're going to clone them up, you can really set up a really nice attack. And it looks like Gator's just going to look to take out this compartment here with the Eagle, maybe try to get these couple of scatter shots, and then we'll run those super barbarians all the way through with the heroes to try to swing around and grab that town hall. This is a little bit of a risky approach, but when done right, this often leads to 3 stars.
I like that he's hitting the scatter shot on his path for the arrows to go through the scatter and hit the explode behind it. Really good value to that, but also he takes out the clan castle. Ooh. Holy value out of that one. He never drew the clan castle out to begin with, and now he got it dealt with completely, or I guess there's a couple archers floating around, but that was some very serious value. And most notably right there, he did not use the warden into that blimp. So now the warden can support the heroes, and he's even got an apprentice warden as well that he can probably toss to the royal champions. So dual warden, apprentice, and master trying to get it done here as they make their way through the town hall.
And look at all that pathing you guys set up here. He basically took out that whole bottom section of the base, so the heroes are going to go exactly where Gator wants here. Queen's going to go ahead and follow that Electro Titan and get a little bit of tanking out in front. Wall breakers the Queen out, so she can go ahead and follow the King in here. King does have to fight through the enemy King, the Mono, and the Town Hall, but the path is really well defined.
Yeah, pop that King ability, Barrett with the ward ability as he comes out of the freeze. Ice Golem's freezing up in the Town Hall area. The King steps in. Monolith is locked onto the King there, but he's got a lot of protection for the ward ability. He surges his way into the Monolith. If he takes it down there before he goes down, that'd be fantastic. And he does. Really, really good value to the King, keeping the Queen protected. The World Champion still moving in down to the bottom there. Apprentice Warden assisting. He's got, did he have head hunters there? Probably, but he did get the defensive Queen out of the way there, and he's looking pretty solid here to the backside. And yeah, there we go. 50 Thieves, the underdog in this match, starting off strong here with the super barge.
Yeah, this is crushed by Gator. A beautiful entry, a beautiful super archer blimp, and it sets the tone early. It's going to be a 100% 3-star for Gator, and this is what you want to do. Maybe not a well-known team here in the NA circuit, but I know a couple of the players over here, and they're looking to make a really good impression here in Season 4.
Absolutely. Look at this King here. You always want to, that's one of the biggest advantages of using the Warden to not be invested with the blimp there, because then you get to pair it with the King ability, and when the King generates all those barbarians and then has the ward ability to protect the barbarians, you end up having a massive amount of surge forward there, and you get like twice as much value out of your King when you use him like that. And you can see that he took the Town Hall, he took the Monolith down, he just cleared the way there and kept the Queen safe behind, and then after all that, he still had the Phoenix to pick the King back up there. So just a very, very good amount of value out of the King there, and that's what can make the difference of a lot of attacks here. The King is very, very powerful when paired with the Warden.
And you spoke about it. I mean, it kept the Queen out of that Town Hall damage, kept her out of that Town Hall poison, and that's really what you're looking for. Spiz is going to be in next, and it looks like we got a straight-up Electro Dragon attack. This one is pretty straightforward. You're going to do a little bit of funneling and just full send towards the Town Hall. Right now, it does have that Battle Blimp selected. Sometimes you'll see a Battle Blimp. Sometimes you'll see a Stone Slammer. We'll have to see if Spiz does stick with this Battle Blimp. And with this entry, I would like to think that he probably will. But look at this, Eric. Kind of using a couple of E-Dregs surgically on the outside here to take out that Igor artillery. Also pulls out a ton of traps.
I think he made a little bit of a miscalculation there. The balloons that he had with the E-Drags were taken down the Eagle Artillery. I think he wanted to chain through the Eagle Artillery and hit that multi-inferno there. So he lost a little bit of value there, but a good initial chains to get the air defense down early and get the protection. But the blimp will sail in, will go secure the Town Hall with the Rage, and I think he got the Tornado Trap out of the way on the right side by that multi-inferno. So it wasn't a wasted amount of value over there, and as long as the E-Drags can get in the very, very core of the base, get the Monolith and the Clan Castle down, he should be in a good spot here. And I want you to notice that he did not get much of a Clan Castle pull here, so there are a lot of troops that are still inside of it that will only come out if the heroes go into range. So to be very, very mindful of that, and extra spells invested into that area would have been useful, but he's not able to get the punch with the E-Drags that he's looking for, and they're falling a bit short, and that means our underdog team may very likely start with the lead if he can't find a way to pull this back.
Yeah, those Electro Dragons, the funnel wasn't amazing there on that 12 to 3 o'clock side, that top right side of the base. So the E-Drags kind of struggled and spread it out, and it is going to be a triple Ice Golem CC in there. You want those Electro Dragons to take down that Clan Castle building so those troops don't come out, but since it wasn't, now he's going to fight off some Ice Golems, which are going to hold these heroes up in some really heavy damage area. That Royal Champion goes down, and then the Expo is going to go over and lock on the Queen, and that's going to be a lot of trouble here for Spiz.
Yeah, he's not going to make it 3. He'll go ahead and freeze, but the freeze probably should have been on the Expo there. The Expo is actually hitting the Queen here. The Queen's not even going over the scatter shot. Yeah, there was, I think it was overall a pretty good plan here, but the E-Drags needed to stay a little bit more clumped together to surge in and get the Monolith and the Clan Castle down. If the E-Drag that went into the area maybe had one extra E-Drag with it, and it was able to get a couple shots into the Clan Castle and the Monolith and take them out, then I think we'd be looking at a completely different story here. But when you have 3 Ice Golems go out and intercept your heroes, then obviously it's going to slow them down a lot, and a lot of times it's going to stop the attack in its track.
It kind of seemed like what you mentioned with those balloons, it kind of seemed he could have almost got away with just using those 2 Electro Dragons on that top side. That way you could get those better chains, and then, because you're right, those balloons kind of got there ahead and then knocked things out, so he didn't get that chain through. But I think the bigger issue is that little right side there. He didn't really have a funnel set, so after they took down the Queen, a couple of those E-Drags went outside and didn't get that push to the middle to the Clan Castle. So 50 Thieves take that huge advantage, not only on stars, but also up 23% after our first attacks.
Yeah, very unexpected there. Like, Spiz has been a very good player. We saw him do some great things out in Seattle when he qualified to go out there, and you got some very, very highly talented players here who have even players who have stage experience, who have played in the very high levels of Clash of Clans. And Spiz may have been one of the newer players to be able to reach those big stages last season. But I feel like the rest of the team has such a strong roster that even though 50 Thieves is to start off with the lead here, they can't let their guard down. They need to just continue chugging full steam ahead here. And you know that there's so many good attackers over on the other team that you just gotta give it your all right now.
And this is something that we kind of newly adapted last season, where we have that 16 team ladder. Previously it was 2 ladders of 8 teams, so that's why I think we're seeing some of these newer teams making a bigger impression. But at the same time, 50 Thieves, I mean, they look like they fell into this meta really well. We've seen even in Worlds, this Super Barbarian meta is very strong, and it's going to be Jay-Z 600 next, and it looks like we're going to have another Electro Dragon attack, maybe a little Queen charge into Electro Dragons. I don't see that a ton, but with the recall spell, you can really set this up nicely.
Yeah, you're gonna put the Queen on the bottom side of the quarter there and then wall break into the air defense. But we do have the Tesla farm right there, and if he intends to enter into the Town Hall compartment, take the Town Hall, take out an air defense, and then recall the Queen out of there to be deployed somewhere else there, and I don't know where we go exactly, but probably get the other side of the funnel, then he could definitely set this up nicely. But the Tesla farm definitely could cause some problems. He's trying to react to it right now, sends in a couple balloons there to go pick up one of the Teslas, and hopefully that gets the Queen to take the turn here, and if she goes in, then he is on track and he's recovered. It looks like he's got it under control here, Bash.
Yeah, I thought she would go in there, but you never know. Well, actually, you can't predict it. The rule of 3, it's pretty predictable here. But sometimes, you know, a little skeleton, all it takes is one little distraction. The Queen can go walking on you. He's going to go ahead and pull this in. Ooh, goes ahead and puts in that additional healer. With the recall spell, he might not get that healer out here. Oh, wait. Unicorn went down. Yeah, good recognition there. So since the Unicorn went down, he was able to pull out that last healer as well. Good call.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a little extra healing there. Probably would have been fine either way. But it looks like the Slammer is going to take the inside path towards a single Inferno. It would probably worth a freeze right there. I would imagine there's a couple of the Clan Castle troops going out as well, but it's going to drop out balloons and a Dragon Rider into the single Inferno. Got that under control up on the E-Drags. Got the rage and the freezes, giving them the protection that they need. And once again, we recalled the Queen before we got into the Clan Castle rage, but this time we had Headhunters and Super Minions, so you're not really worried about the Clan Castle takedown itself. The Monolith is the bigger deal right now, and he lost all those E-Drags really early, and the World Champion passed up the Queen right now. He kind of just needs to heal as a transfer to the World Champion, and he does get that transfer, but now he needs to keep her alive.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but with the rage spell there, it's going to go ahead and heal that Royal Champion up. She's being healed up. Queen's going to go ahead and get in, tuck in there behind the King. And with King, Queen, and Queen have an ability, this has got a chance. There's still a lot of tough base left, but it's not written off yet as JZ600's looking to fight through here, fight through this enemy Queen. Scatter shots in there as well. Percent is looking pretty solid, and they already have that lead, so wants to at least maintain and get a little bit higher than the last attack.
Yeah, look at the clock, though. 30 seconds to go. The Queen's getting overwhelmed by this Expo. Still under rage. Still taking scatter shot fire, but she gets the scatter shot down. She steps through. Come on, Queen, sustain. She's trying to stay alive there, but she does go down. But the percentage, what were we looking at in the last percentage there? Because looks like this one is going to surpass it, and so they're going to sustain a percentage advantage, but it does leave the door open as Burger Boss gets it done here. And an interesting fact, Burger Boss was one of the youngest players in Clash of Clans esports when he played out in Poland a couple of seasons ago. So he's a little bit, there's like some new players have popped up there, like Ninja, who play for United Gaming, who have become the new youngest player in North American Clash of Clans esports. But you have a lot of very young talent here, a lot of up and coming players, and it's always nice to see there. But Burger Boss has definitely caught my eye there in the previous season, and we'll see him attack a little bit later here after he gets the defense of this one.
88% means even if Dark Force, gets that 3-star, that 50 Thieves will still be in the lead. A very nice percent there. Just had a tough go. We saw that on both these Electro Dragon attacks where they just really couldn't push their way through the core of the base, kind of struggling to get through there. So that leaves the heroes on their own, and that's a high and mighty task for the heroes to do.
Yeah, a little bit rough there. I mean, it's not easy. I've seen mixed success there with the variety of either Electro Dragons or Super Dragons in that scenario there. And I'm not even sure which one is stronger out of the two, but we've seen that have a lot of success there. And in fact, we saw a lot in the World Championship as well. So very interesting. But now moving over to the side here, it is Anthony, one of those animated players in North American esports. I can't wait till we get player cameras in the later stages of the season here, and we get to see Anthony, or maybe on a stage. That would be even better. You know, always love to see Anthony and see what we can do here. But this one, he's breaking out Recall and Super Bowlers as he's just going in, by the looks of it, to go take the Town Hall down. A couple of tests popping there, but I think he's okay with the pathing here as long as the Queen goes in. Yeah, the Tesla actually helped the...
She should go.
He's fine. He's fine. The Tesla actually helped the path and get the Queen to redirect to the left there. She will step in. She can take the Town Hall, and then I would assume, Bash, that he takes the Town Hall and then recalls out. He probably doesn't want to push the Queen in the Monolith and takes that extra damage, and it also costs him a lot of time to go in all the way there as well.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Once this Town Hall down, we should see that recall come in. Looks like he's setting up some pathing over here on the left-hand side with that baby dragon. So perhaps going to throw the Queen over there and then push everything through the middle. Or actually, he might even just pull the Queen out and just kind of put her on the outside of this wall and then set the path there right through the middle of the base.
Yeah, exactly. But now the Queen's under danger. Cost him a minute and 15 seconds.
Anthony,
okay,
recall.
Okay. Yeah, he's taking a little bit of risk right there, but he does recall out and drops the Siege Barracks over the corner. He'll begin his push in with the King and the Siege Barracks troops working on the outside. But that was very expensive on time to set that up there. I'm surprised he didn't put the Warden with the Queen walk to speed it up a little bit, especially if he's just gonna redirect outside of the walls. He could have safely transferred the healers over there if he wanted to. And the biggest thing I'm worried about is not what he has in fourth, but what he has on the clock.
Agreed. This This attack moves pretty well, but with like half the attack done before you really get the Super Bowlers in, especially with that triple Ice Golem Clan Castle, which is going to be essentially 3 freezes on your troops. It is very, very tough, but he does have those rage spells down. It looks like the healers do transfer over. There goes the Warden ability to protect. He does have some nice jumps through the back end of this base. Mono goes down, so he's starting to move and cook through here. It just needs everything to kind of marry together here and finish this base off. But there is still quite a bit of base as he's getting close to that 60%, which means 40% left in 45 seconds. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, Queen's kind of isolated from the rest of the group there. She's not getting any healing right now. She lost her unicorn. She steps to the wall there. She engages the defensive queen, and because she lost her ability earlier on to the monolith, she's not able to get through the defensive queen. But the other troops surge in, take the opening that she opened up, and he's got 30 seconds to close out. He's got an RC ability. He's got cleanup work on the right side. He's got extra cleanup still on standby right now, but the RC has a lot of ground to cover here, Bash. I don't think you have to tie to finish it. If only... I feel like he would have done this. I feel like he would have got it done if he just sped things up with the warden with the queen, and he decided not to, and it looks like it's going to cost him more time than he has here.
No. 3 seconds remaining. He's got the defenses down, but it's going to be a 97% time fail for Anthony. Oh, they could have used that triple in the worst kind of way. Just maybe a little. Also, like, he could have also recalled that queen just a little bit earlier. I don't know if he was trying to like pull out that red air. I don't know what he was really trying to do by letting that queen go those extra few seconds. But if he pulls her out, you know, maybe 4 seconds earlier, he might have enough to get through the end of the base. It's a tough break, Anthony.
Yeah, it's always tough to make that call, though, because before the queen is in danger, you don't feel the need to be able to extract her out of there. And sometimes when you get in the middle of attack there, like you get blind to the clock there, and that time feels like it's ticking a lot faster than it is, or maybe it's ticking way fast. I don't know. My head clock gets all messed up there whenever I'm in an attack, and I lose all track. And I probably make that mistake a lot as well, though, whenever I use recall and I let that queen go a little bit too far past her expiration date.
Yeah, when you're getting nice value, I mean, you want to just keep getting that value. Why pull her out? Sun Tzu's in next, and it looks like we're going to have another super archer into barbarians here. Or maybe we could see minions. I think this would be super... Oh, yeah, super minions. Here we go with the double clone. We don't see a lot of double clone with the super minions, but this could be pretty nice. It's a big investment, but let's see if it pays off for Sun Tzu as he gets started here.
Now, one of the downsides of this is he's not going to get the clan castle pulled for the ground troops, at least. He's got a couple archers that were able to come out of there, but he needs to figure out what else is in there, and he needs to deal with it. But he does get the funnel formed. He did not have to invest a warden, and if you're going to use either the super archer or the super minion blimp, you need to take either the town hall or the eagle artillery. Then the next priority is, once your heroes start in, we're trying to get the one that did not go down. So since he got the town hall, now he's going to the eagle artillery, and there are a couple buildings on the very, very interior of the base that are going to be a little bit difficult to get to, specifically the multi-inferno right below the clan castle. But he's got a couple wall breaks here, and he'll start to drop them in now. One into the arch tower, getting another one of the expo. He's kind of a weird path of the wall breakers, but it looks like they'll get the job done, and he can make his transition, but he will not have a jump to be able to go into the other multis on the opposite side of the base. And so the back end rage tower expo area is going to be a very, very dangerous spot for him as he wraps around.
Very nice wall breakers through there, but you're right, the heroes are going to have to weave in and out of here. And as that rage tower, look, that rage tower is getting ready to go off there on the back side. Remember, once that goes off, those bows, the scatter shot, that multi-target inferno, it's going to be dealing double damage, and that's so tough to manage with the heroes. They can take a lot of damage, but when you're dealing double damage from some of the heaviest hitting defenses in the game, it is very tough to overcome, and they're kind of stuck right here as a royal champion comes in to support from the top side.
Yeah, he delayed the ward ability a really long time there. Like, he burned the king ability, did all the barbarians searching around there, and he never popped the ward ability with the king. And we talked about that in the previous stack there, and that is honestly a very big problem for right now. As he goes to the rage tower, the expo is hammered away there at the queen. It's forced her to ability here very, very quickly, and he still has to get through the defensive road champion. He's not going to have the punch here, so that means that 50 Thieves is gonna leave a lot of the board here, and is going to give the opportunity for Dark Force to be able to level up the score here, and depending on where this percentage lands here, potentially take the lead. I'm not sure where the percentage is going to sit here. I'm seeing a 7% difference between the teams, which would be a 35 building split. So 50 Thieves will sustain their percentage advantage if my quick math is correct there.
Yeah, they're still up on percent for sure, but all it takes is a 3-star here, and I'm pretty sure that Dark Force will take the lead. We'll have to see how this plays out.
Not quite,
Obviously,
not quite. They'll tie up the stars, but they're not going to be able to catch up percentage.
we'll
Oh wait, no,
about
you're right, because I'm looking at raw percentages or the average percentage. I was thinking like total. Yeah. No, you're right. Bash math is probably correct today.
Yeah, remember, I refined the system here, bud. I refined the system. I got 50 at a 14% building lead right now. So a 3-star here, actually a 3-star here would be just short, or what was that last tag? I got talking to you and I got distracted.
Yeah, I know. See, Bash has a secret that I'll share with you right now. He's a professional and he takes notes as we go through the match there and writes things down. I just try to remember things and then I remember it wrong. So I just wing it. I just wing it over here where Bash is the man. He's got everything on lockdown over there.
Yeah, I have to after what was that, season 1 or 2 where I had that big embarrassing
the Bash math incident.
Yeah, you know,
where we coined Bash math.
You know, you got to kind of redeem yourself. But that one falls a little bit short, leaves the door open here, and Granny Clash is going to look to slam that door shut with a Twin Hog Queen Charge attack here. So Queen Charge and the Twin Hogs is very, very solid on these little anti 3-star style bases. Little corner teasers where you can just charge the Queen in there, take out the Town Hall, maybe even pull up the Clan Castle with a Hog or something. He can really set this up really nicely. No recalls in here. And notice this is really interesting for a Hog attack, but with the Twin Hogs, you can do this. You don't bring heals, you just bring all rages to support the Queen Charge, but also to rage those Hogs as you get going.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan of Twin Hogs over regular Hogs. Synthe from Navi was talking to me when we were out at the World Championship, and he's talking about how just if you run all regular Hogs there, you're running so much of a dangerous position because, and he's the Hog Master himself, so I'll take it. So everything he says there is gold. But he says like a single missed scatter shot on a rage there, and you lose the entire pack there. But Twin Hogs with the Super Hog Riders can definitely take a lot more heat, and they can keep your World Champion safe. And he is going to split north onto the base there and go all the way up into the scatter shot, and then wrap around. And we will need to get the Town Hall down here, and right now it's looking like probably the King to the Town Hall bed, I guess, here. That seems like the most sensible thing here, to take the Town Hall down for relatively cheap while the Queen just kind of wanders away from it.
Yeah, I thought for sure the Queen would get in there, but unfortunately she does not. He's getting some really nice wall breaks to keep that Queen moving through. Well, I guess those wall breaks are more interior. She's on the exterior, so Granny Clash are struggling, going to look to bring this back. But with the Twin Hogs, or the Super Hogs rather, excuse me, remember when they get taken out, they're going to split into a Super Rider and a Super Hog. That Super Hog will continue on to attack defenses. The Super Rider will then
King getting
coming back. He's
distracted. No, he's not. He's stuck on ground skellies and archers, and his Ice Golem's coming his way. He goes invisible.
Oh, that was tough. That was tough. But now, like, we got a pretty nice path set up here for these Hogs to run through.
Yeah, that was very dangerous there. He's distracted very heavily, but the invisibility also not only protected him, but also was able to make the troops that were distracted him go invisible as well. And so a very, very nice save. And like you said, the Queen is kind of off track here, but he gets to the core of the base there. The Ice Golems are going to intercept his Road Champion. Queen still has her ability, though. Couple Bloons on the right side. It's kind of dwindling out right now, though. Like, if he got the Queen to go inside there, then he would have been in a much better position, because she would be able to go get that Multi-Inferno dealt with. And then the skeleton spell that he put down to protect the King would have actually been able to distract the Monolith properly, but that Monolith lockout of the King there early definitely caused some problems there, and the Queen wandering up there compounded that significantly. But it does look like it's going to be on the defense, and right now 50 Thieves is holding very, very strong on defense, and they're kind of shutting Dark Force down here. They need to figure something out here to get some triples on the board, otherwise this underdog team is going to knock them down to the lower bracket.
Granny Clasher does gain some percent back there, so 50 Thieves is going to be up 11% moving into our fourth attacks. In my opinion, the most important attacks of the war. If they can manage to get a 3-star with this fourth attack, it'll really put Dark Force in a really, really tough spot. That one, man, it seemed like it started off really strong for Granny Clasher, but that Queen just did not want to cooperate. And that's one of the toughest things to do, is to navigate that Queen properly in and out of those compartments, get the proper value. And he did try to adapt and come back, but that was almost an issue as well, as the king got distracted.
And Town Hall 15 is very, very unforgiving. If you start making any kinds of a mistake there, or the troops don't go where you intended, then things can go very, very wrong very, very quickly. And in that case, he could have almost gone to a 1-star if he didn't actually respond to it the way that he did. So keeping his head cool there, keeps it under control, and now we pass it over to 50 Thieves as they go for mass super dragons. Just a lot of balloons, a lot of rage, a bit spammy, and we'll see if we can get it done.
Hey, nothing wrong with spam if it works, Eric. Let's see what Prototype Ends has for us here. This is almost like you would see like a traditional Electro Dragon attack going in. Just tons of balloons and then tons of spells, drop the troops in and pop that warden ability and work through the base. Now really you want these super dragons and balloons to kind of push through the middle of the base and allow those heroes to kind of work on the outside and support and finish off. Clan Castle is going to be dealt with here, as well as that super dragon push through. Town Hall is down. It's a pretty strong push. The one concern I have right now, well, he has a royal champion over there. I was going to say the Eagle artillery side, but it also looks like that Stone Slammer might get there.
No, this is looking really, really good here. A spell placement all the way through the base here has been absolutely on point. The freeze is coming down right at the highest value positions, able to get them with the dragons covered by the rages in the most important spots. Like, the overall spell placement here is really what made this one as powerful as it is. It is absolutely knocked out of the park. The World Champion, the Queen, get to survive to the end, and even with the Diggy still getting stuns, it is completely crushed. Prototype and makes quick work of this base.
Look at the time, Eric.
Yeah, I know.
Half on this attack. That's insane, bro. Wow, Prototype's coming in. You called it a little bit spammy, but I mean, if you can crush a base in a minute and a half, why not crush a base in a minute and a half? Beautiful attack, well executed. And I think that's one of the things, you know, everyone says, oh, a spammy attack, spam. But you mentioned it, Eric. The spell placement on these attacks is one of the toughest things to get down, and that's what makes this either a 2-star or a 3-star. Prototype spells were on point, and it's a triple. 50 Thieves advance that lead.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not only that you're placing your spells in the right spots there, but you kind of have to like plan a lot of those spells out in advance to make sure that you have an idea of exactly where you're going to want to put the rages, where you're going to want to put the freezes, where your highest pockets and your most important targets are to freeze up. Like, doing all that in a normal attack there, when you're doing like a slower paced attack like a Queen Charge or like a Sui Hero or something like that, is one thing. But if you're doing a dragon attack in general, because they're so fast, everything feels like it's on fast forward. And so you're making split-second decisions, and the timing has to be good all the way through the attack there. It does take a lot of proficiency to pull those off there. And even though they are kind of spammy and they look like they're relatively low planned, they are actually very, very difficult and challenging to be able to do. And they do take a lot of proficiency to be able to pull off.
Eric, Bashmath says Dark Force Gaming needs a triple here. They don't have a choice. They have to get a triple to give themselves a chance in this war. Or as you call them, the underdog, 50 Thieves. I don't know, Eric. I think with a lot of the roster shakeups, just because we recognize names doesn't mean we can write a team off. And we're seeing that here with 50 Thieves. This war has been, I don't want to say total domination, but total control from 53 Thieves from the get-go, as their defenses have been strong. They came out with their second 3-star attack now and pretty much control their own destiny going into the final volley as well. But we still need that 4th attack from Dark Force Gaming. It has to be a 3-star.
Yeah, I wonder if you get 2 groups of 50 Thieves, like then you get, maybe they get signed to 100 Thieves. I don't know. Maybe they're just looking for an org sponsor there. I don't know. Maybe they're buttering up there.
That's some kind of Eric math or something.
Yeah, that's Eric math right there. That's how you get a esports org going into Clash of Clans like that, right?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh boy.
They're in a good spot right now. Let's dive to the next one. Let's see if Burger Boss can get it done. I talked him up a little bit earlier. Burger Boss, one of the youngest players in the North American Clash of Clans esports scene, and definitely did well when he played out in Poland a couple seasons ago. And so we're looking to see if he can save his team here, save Dark Force from going down low bracket and somehow pull this war back. But like you said, they are in desperate need of a triple right now. They cannot fall 2 stars behind. So the pressure's on, and this is when your players need to deliver. This is when you prove yourself that you belong in the next phase of the tournament.
All right, Burger Boss going with the Zap Titans, and most of the time, we're going to see this Flinger go for the Town Hall. I'm a little bit worried because here comes the Test Hog. If there are Teslas, that's what I'm worried about. If there's more Teslas down there, it could pull that Flinger more to the left-hand side. Remember, the Monolith, Expos, and Mortars are one of the few defenses that are going to outrange the Flinger. Ooh, but it looks like that Flinger is going to step up. He wants that Flinger to go to the Town Hall, so that's something to keep an eye on as these Electro Titans getting going in here. And look at this Jolly hero set here. We got the Jolly skins on all of the heroes, getting ready for the holiday season. Love it, Burger Boss. Titans are in. Let's see this push through the base.
Nice freeze right there on the defensive queen there, making sure none of the heroes go to ability early. Preserve until the Ice Golems take the lead here and freeze up the core of the base here, but the queen getting very, very low HP right now. She needs to not go to ability, needs to pop the ward ability soon. Nope, I can't tell. I'm watching her health there and see if she's going to be needed to pop her ability or not. Always dangerous when she's right at that low, but the Flame Flinger, like you mentioned, is going to reach the Multi-Inferno, but it still needs to reach the Town Hall, and he's kind of banking his entire war on that. And he needs that Town Hall to go down, and that needs to be his next target. It's very low on HP. Bash
gonna go.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's gonna go. Remember, those Fire Spirits will deal additional damage as they're on the ground there, so he doesn't necessarily need to get it all the way down. I don't see any builder huts around there, so if he can get a few volleys from the Flame Flinger, I think he'll be okay. Queen pops her ability. The Titans are gonna be stuck here in this compartment, which that could be all right, but you got to keep an eye on time. Does need a little bit of cleanup over there on the right-hand side. The Flinger will have just enough, I think, to get this Town Hall down, especially with Rocket Loons coming out to finish it off. Even if those Rocket Loons weren't there, I think the Town Hall would have still went down. But now it's all on these Titans who kind of struggle on walls. 30 seconds. This is going to be tight.
I was watching that Expo there as the Rocket Balloons landed on top of it, and the Expo is going to continue hammering away onto the Titans. Here, the Road Champions in, and they have a lot of HP here. He's still got the Rage, but we still have the Monolith and the Defensive King on the backside. He's definitely got his work cut out for him. Time is taken away here. He had to put the Road Champion and starter in, but the Road Champion to get wrecked here. He's out of time. Bash.
Oh, it's high fail.
They're looking to go down to the lower bracket. This underdog team is completely shutting down Dark Force here. It's just a team of seasoned veterans here, and they're just laying waste to them. And that just goes to show you that a newcomer team can join this tournament, and if they bring their A game, they can take down one of the top teams in North America.
And that sets up a nice 2-star opportunity here for 50 Thieves. And if it's Logan coming in with that final attack, I think we could see another Super Arch, Super Barbarian attack, the Super Barch, if you will. And really, you can set up a nice 2-star with that by going for the Town Hall with the Super Archer Blip. We'll have to see, but now 50 Thieves just needs 2 stars to advance further in this upper bracket. We still have a ton of wars to play, a lot of action to be had, but this is the way you want to start the ladder finals for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed there by 50 Thieves. I thought I saw the roster there for Dark Force, and I thought 50 Thieves was going to get steamrolled, and it's not the case at all. Not only are they winning, but they're winning dominantly here, and now they got out of the ropes here, and now we get to see them just secure victory as we go in for their last attack. All they need is a 2-star. If they hit 12 stars here, then they got it locked in. If they surpass that and go to 13, then we know that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with as the season continues on. But Logan, like you said, is in with the Super Barch. Just going to go to the Town Hall. Slabber. All right. Okay. Well, that feels a little bit risky here. But I think he'll deliver it close enough.
With archers or minions in there, I think he should be fine. Pulling something a little bit different out of the playbook. I'm very familiar with Logan as he's a former member of my clan. He's one of the most creative players I've ever met, doing fun stuff like this. Clan capital enthusiast, and he knows what he needs to do here, Eric, to get this victory. He sets it up nicely. The Super Archer is going to go ahead and drop in, get that Town Hall down. First star is secured. Remember, a 2-star wins this war for 50 Thieves, but we know, Eric, players want to go for triples.
They do. He didn't go for the highest value Super Archer bomb, though.
Agreed.
You look like he played it very, very conservatively, and that is a strength of this attack here, is that you can adjust it to be very, very safe if necessary. And honestly, at this point, there's no point in trying to take some risk and sending a blimp all the way across the base into a double sweeper. Like, it just seems like that would be an unnecessary risk there when you're in such a big lead. So now we can just walk in another 20% here. He's gonna get it almost effortlessly here, especially with all the super barbs still on standby. But ward ability protects the king, and once again the king protected under the ward ability gets insane amounts of value. They're also protecting the queen. Queen under the warded ability is able to get the protection that she needs. She can step all the way in, and if necessary, she can pop her ability, get the mono, then the clan castle and the scatter shot. There's so much value right there, Batch. This is completely under control right now, and there it is. The win is locked in as he crosses 50% there, and Dark Force is going to be sent packing down to lower bracket.
One thing you talked about, and I noticed on almost every single attack in the World Championships, is once that king ability, if the heroes are diving into a base, once that king ability goes off and those barbarians spawn, you pop that warden ability to get that extra value. That's something huge that I think some of the players here in NA should take note of and kind of add to their arsenal. You mentioned it earlier, Eric. It almost adds like a second win to that King's ability, which is really nice. But Logan does what he needs. I almost wonder, let me play the Eric card here. I wonder if he needed more if he runs a blimp into that eagle compartment, kind of similar to what we saw earlier in the war from Gator, where he set up really nicely. But he didn't have to, so we'll just be left to wonder, as this one's going to work up into the mid 80s, and it's going to be a victory for 50 Thieves.
Very nicely done. I feel like the highest value blimp position on this base here actually would have been on top of that Expo over on the far right there, still standing, because then he could have been able to reach a ton of value over there. So he definitely had higher value blimp positions, but obviously not going to take the risk. Completely unnecessary. Does what he needs to do, and that's what you got to do in this situation. Don't throw the war. Don't risk it all on some crazy plan of the last one. Just play it safe there, lock in the win, and get your team to the next round.
How many times have we seen that though, where all you need is that 2-star and it's some crazy opposite town hall hero dive into some crazy unnecessary attack? I love the game plan there. Make that quick adaptation. You know, Logan's probably going to run the super barb attack most of the times anyways, so just run that blimp, get the safe town hall takedown, and then finish off this war. Don't take that crazy risk. I don't understand when we see that why teams do that. I get like the last attack and stuff, you don't have a lot of time to change, but just go a little more conservative, have that in your arsenal, and go get the war, or go get the victory rather. Sir Will is going to look to finish this one up for Dark Force, and this was an attack we saw a lot at the World Champions as well. Queen charge into super barbs.
Absolutely. And I do think that when you're playing in like the comfort of your home, you're playing from your couch, when you're on these early stages of the tournament, then you're going to be a lot more able to have the forethought to be able to change your plan there on the fly and switch armies as necessary. But I think when the teams get into the end stages of the tournament, once they reach the finals and you're playing on stage in front of like you're playing at a DreamHack or a PAX event or something like that, that's when it becomes a lot more difficult to start trying to make changes on the fly right there, because you're just so much more going on around you. You know, it gets really, really chaotic. So you definitely need to be able to adjust and adapt, and they were able to do that here. But Sir Will able to set up this initial approach here for the queen. She got the town hall already down there with that blimp, and it was a pretty heavy investment there, but we see this setup here quite often. We use the ward ability, we use a bunch of troops there under the ward ability and the blimp to go in and secure the town hall and clear out the edge of the base there all the way to where the blimp secures that town hall takedown, and that removes everything in that area, pulls the CC, we fight the CC in safety, and then we can just wrap the queen into it. Use that as our funneling point there. So the queen is under very, very little damage, and then she can just walk her way forward here, and it does set up a relatively easy queen charge, a lot more manageable than just going in with a bunch of defenses shooting at you from every different direction.
He pushes this queen really far into the base, using 3 wall breakers all at once to make sure he opens up that monolith and the eagle artillery compartment, looking to push through and fight. Ooh, nice invis there. But the healers take a little bit of a shot, but really he's fine. This is a really strong push here for Sir Will. The King's going to go ahead and join up with the Royal Champion. Watch that Tesla farm up top, especially as this Rage Tower is getting ready to go off. A lot of damage in there, but he still has plenty of super barbs to support these heroes as they push through the final leg of this attack. Might be a little too late on this attack if they do get the 3-star, but Eric, you know my favorite word in these tournaments, momentum. You want to build that momentum going into the lower bracket and try to finish strong.
Yeah, because if you go down to the lower bracket, then you're knocked out of the competition as a whole. Remember, we have 2 teams that have already qualified through to challenge, but we have 6 spots and 16 teams competing for them for the other spots for challenge. So you gotta hold together here. In this case, not really looking too hot there with that defense. Oh, look at that, the RC ability! It's the queen! And takes her out there, clears the way, and that'll get him through.
Oh, man,
I don't see that very often. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was maybe the nicest Seeking Shield skip we've ever seen. Sir Will gets on the board finally with a 3-star. Oh, that was fun. Can we get a replay of that? Dark Force Gaming struggle a little bit in this war, but do finish strong. But it's going to be ultimately 50 Thieves moving forward into the upper bracket. Remember, it is double elimination, so Dark Force Gaming not eliminated. We'll see them a little bit later on.
Absolutely, but 50 Thieves, what a performance here. And you said that one of the players you used to play in Mad Ram, so that's I mean, you got your boy stepping up over there, Bash. I gotta be proud of him.
No, Logan was always a really good player, put in a ton of work. That's why I said I recognized a few names there, and I know when I saw Logan, I was like, oh yeah, Logan's in there. Let's go, Logan. He's a really strong player. He knows how to adapt. He knows how to make those right calls on the basis. So. Yeah, you saw this as a little bit of an underdog, but I had a little inside scoop on there. I wasn't letting you in on it.
Yeah, you're right there. However, I mean, a lot of the players on Dark Forest had played on stage at big events there. So the fact that they were able to hold their own and again get 12 stars there with a strong defense set there, then it just showed that they are definitely a force to be reckoned with. But let's take a quick break here before we get to the next match here. We will be right back with another match here in Season 4 of the Snapdragon Pro Series.
The Snapdragon Pro Series powered by Samsung Galaxy is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, Monster Energy, and DHL.
We are back. It is the Snapdragon Pro Series for Clash of Clans, and we are one match in, and what a match it was. Eric, was that a great way to start the day?
Yeah, I mean, you see an underdog team come out of the woodworks there, able to get a big name team out of the way there, right out of the gate there. That was a very, very impressive showing there from 50 Thieves.
Yeah, well, let's take a look now at the bracket and how it is going to reflect the outcome of the last match. And here we are, Bash.
Yeah, look at this. A lot of teams moving forward. Some of those losers going down to the lower bracket. Remember, this is double elimination, and it is 2 days. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow because we'll have more Clash action. We got 4 wars for you today, including our next war, UG Nebula versus Birds of Power.
Yeah, and you can see most of the other matches already played through. So you see a lot of teams that already advanced to the next round here. And I believe if they win the match in the next round there, then they survive, they qualify. So that should be a pretty good push here as we continue to make our way through. Or no, maybe they got to play tomorrow too. I don't know. There's a lot. There's 16 teams, only 6 spots there. So however that plays out.
But that lower bracket is certainly starting to fill out though. So although it's exciting for the players that are going to qualify, there are players on the other side who are already facing elimination, Eric. This is where it gets serious.
Absolutely. And yeah, you gotta bring your A game here. You can't let your guard down. Everybody's gonna come out swinging, and you got to get the only 6 spots. There's only 6 spots, so you got to take one of them, and that means you need to get an early win here so you can stay in the upper bracket, because if you go down the lower bracket, then your path gets a little more difficult. You have to play more matches, and so you got to win them early.
All right, well, I mean, I'm going to get out of the way, guys, because it is time for the next match already. Get ready. Take it away.
Here we go, guys. Our next matchup is going to be Birds of Power versus United Gaming Nebula. Eric, you and I were talking in this break, and this United Gaming Nebula squad looks stacked.
Yeah, they almost made it to the Seattle last season. They were very, very close there. But Birds of Power, a little bit less known team. I've seen them pop up there in the previous seasons here, but I haven't seen them play a lot here. So this will be very interesting. But we got Driven, Ritter, Hulk Smash, Fruit Loop Ninja, like that name, Kego, and Grits and Gravy, who's also been pretty involved heavily in the community as well. Right.
I see some of those names all around the community, but if you're a fan of the SPS NA circuit, you know a lot of these names. Sohan, Juanjo Fernandez, Marcelo, Black Powerade, Halo Blade, and Rainberry making his Season 4 reappearance, so to speak. In my opinion, this UG Nebula should be heavily favored here as they have some really strong hitters. They were this close to making it to our LAN finals last season. I'm sure they're looking to redeem themselves.
Oh, yeah. I was expecting them to make it through last season. I thought they were going to go out to Seattle and play on the stage there, but they didn't quite make it. I think they were 5th place out of the 4 spots that we had. And so it's a little bit of a heartbreaker there, but I'm sure they've rallied the players here and they're ready for the season. And I think they're going to be one of the top teams to be keeping an eye on here.
Yeah, this I mean, we saw it last war. These wars can go either way, but UG Nebula definitely wants to redeem themselves, get back to the challenge, get back to challenge finals, as that's where those prize pools really start to ramp up. We are playing for cash prizes, even here in the ladder finals, but as you make it further, the more those prizes do ramp up. And it's going to be Draven starting us off with a Super Archer Blimp. Oh, check this out. We got 6 Super Giants in this comp. This is pretty interesting.
I know. This is one of the things I love about watching the more unknown teams. Breaking out weird strategies that nobody else would ever even think of, because everybody's just focused on what the pro players are doing. The pro players are only watching the other pro players. And sometimes you have hidden gems like this that do end up missing that monolith with the Super Archer Bomb. So maybe it's kind of what
the heck is this, Eric?
What? What are we watching here, Bash?
This looks like just a blimp and to dump it. I'm confused.
Yeah, okay, well, the Super Giants take the lead of the base here. The Dragon's going to be closer to behind them. I guess the heroes will just be protected wherever they go, because usually you like to keep the heroes on the outside here, but if they go to the inside here, the witches are going to go to the inside. Like, this is it feels very out of control right out of the gate here.
Agreed. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here. We do have the king kind of taking the lead down here at the bottom base. Ideally, you want him to stay with the queen and the royal champion. That monolith that was missed from the super archer blimp is now going to play a huge factor as the royal champion actually goes to Phoenix. Most of the time we see Diggy on the royal champion. She goes to Phoenix. Queen's going to break through, try to get to the mono. Still does have some troops, but look at that rage tower on the back base. Queen's down. This one's going to start to fizzle quickly.
Yeah, all right, well, that's a bit of a problem here. The monolith does stay standing. I thought he'd be able to keep that monolith under control there when I saw the witch was still working with the queen. I was thinking maybe he could keep some skeletons spawned out in front of her, but yeah, that felt like a very, very strange attack here. I'm not sure exactly what he was thinking with that. So a unique attack, to say the least. Largely ineffective. It's going to leave a lot of percentage left on the board here. Maybe go back to the drawing board on that one.
Yeah, I think we got some troops up there working on a storage, but I think it's going to be 67% for Draven. That is not how you want to start off a war. Ideally, you want to get at least mid-80s. We have a few skeletons beating on a wall there, but once they get through that wall, they're going to get taken out. Oh, huh. All right, Eric, I think our early on assessment that Birds of Power might be the underdogs here could be accurate. Obviously, we have a ton of war to play, but that was very interesting, very, very off meta, and really, as you said earlier, spammy.
Yeah, I believe if he would have attacked the blue Powerade base, then he would have been a little bit more smooth. But the black Parade, I've never had that flavor, so I don't know. I don't know what kind of.
The closest I've had to a black Powerade.
It's just a toxic base, apparently. I don't know.
It's purple, which is grape. I mean, I love grape Powerade. All right, 67% for Draven as we got to get back on track here. It's a huge defense for UG Nebula, and I think that's something also. We know that they're offensively strong, but defensively, their bases can be very tough. As we see, look at that rage core there, the double rage core. That's so nasty to deal with on these attacks.
Yeah, and he clearly, I think he did want the super archers to take that monolith down. They were working on it. He was investing spells into it. So that monolith did cause a lot of problems here. Maybe he would have had a little bit of a better chance here of being able to keep it under control here. But he did just kind of dump all those super giants and they went inside of the base there. Like it just was a very uncontrolled entry. And maybe he was maybe he rushed it. I don't know. It's the first attack at the board there, and they had the least amount of time to plan. So maybe that is a strategy that he's had success with on other bases, and he just didn't have it on this one.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we don't talk about a lot. You get 8 minutes to plan that first attack, and you kind of got to be ready. And maybe there were no bases that anyone super loved, so he just threw something kind of safe at it. Rainberry making his reappearance into the NA circuit, coming in with some zap and a twin hog into Lalo. All right, I think we're going to have a nice little hero dive supported with some hogs, maybe. Finish the base off with Lalo. Rainberry's always creative. I'm looking forward to see what this one brings.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very interesting arm. It's like he couldn't decide if he wanted to do a zap kill squad or zap hog attack or zap Lalo attack. I don't know what this is, but it's very, very interesting. He's got my attention as the king makes his way towards the clan castle pole there. Looks like he's going to get wrecked by that set of rocket blows there if they can catch him. He's trying to run away there. But he's going to eventually get run down, and he did get a chunk of the base there on the way there, and he got the queen funneled, but that multi definitely could cause some problems, and he needs to have a plan for the town hall here. He still has a lot of tools to work with, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm sure he has a plan for it.
Eric, I dare you to try to name this attack. You're always good with the names. What you got for us?
Oh man, we'll call it Hero Dive. Oh, twin Hogalalo.
Twin Hogalalo.
Is that good?
Sure. All right, Queen deals with the Lava Hound here. She's going to have to deal with those rocket loons next, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. But she does have this eagle locking on. Here comes the Stone Slammer in to support Queen. Ooh, Queen goes to ability. He really wants the eagle down right now. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see the hogs come in already, to be honest. But here comes the Lalo over the town hall. He needs to cut off that left-hand side as we see some Teslas popping. What are you seeing, Eric?
Bash, I get it. I'm starting to see what he's seeing here. If the Lalo is able to take the Town Hall area down, he can use the Hogs to go support the World Champion. So he puts all the Hogs together, then the Hogs and the Super Hogs. And then the Warden ability is going with the Hogs and not with the Lalo. And they're going to push in to get the World Champion down. He's got the force that he needs to get that through. He's got the freezes to lock out the defenses. After that, this is a very, very cool attack here for Rainberry.
I see it. I had to wait until he did it to see it, but I see it. But still, man, those Rage Towers are nasty. It ate those Hogs alive, even with the Warden ability protecting for a little bit. World Champion's going to try to push through, but with that Ground Ice Spell and that Super Dragon stuck, I don't think she's going to have enough to get through it.
Yeah, the Lalo with no Warden support there just slowed down a lot. It got the Town Hall with the Slammer, but definitely need to get the air defense down. If the air defense down, if the top air defense went down, then he probably would have got the Expo down as well, and then he probably would have had extra support there, taking the damage off of his heroes. But that Warden, just gonna represent with his John Cena skin there, disappears. You can't see me, you know.
You can't see me. I like that. That caught me off guard, Eric. I love that though. All right, here we go. Rainberry gets 85%, so it didn't go his way, but it is still enough to give them an 18% advantage here early on. That one had a lot of crazy potential, and if he could have worked through here, but man, that Rage Tower just did so much work.
Yeah, that Town Hall takedown worked out pretty well there, although look at the Blues. Like, he didn't quite get the Town Hall, so he had to finish off with the Slammer. And I wonder if that would have redirected the Slammer if it didn't have to go to the Town Hall, if it would have pushed it into the other multi that was in the core of the base there. Like, I think if the Blues took the Town Hall, the Slammer would have been able to get way more value than it did. And that might have been the difference there. So lots of little things could have swung that attack and made it be a different result. But as it stands, even though we did see a funky attack out of Birds of Power, they are just down on percentage now, and they have a chance to be able to sustain here.
Almost equally as interesting from Rainberry with the Twin Hog Lalo. Ritter's coming in.
Yeah, you're trying to hate it? All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. Ritter's coming in with a Super Archer into Hydra attack. Dragons with Dragon Riders and Balloons. Looks like a very safe approach. Should have no problem getting the Monolith. What I like about this is it's going to set up the pathing pretty nicely. He should be able to get this full corner taken out, and then he can opt to have the heroes come in or just kind of save the heroes for later. Here we go with the Hydra.
Yeah, didn't get that Rage Tower to activate there. Would have been really, really nice to get the Rage Tower activated early. I can't tell if it's going to be covering the multi-infernos or not, but we're going to find out in about 2 seconds here as they make their way forward here, engage the defensive queen. He did end up pulling the CC. He put his king to go to the right side instead of over there where the queen is going to tanking. So I think he must have just messed up his funnel right there. The king crossed under the dragons and then ended up on the wrong side of the base there. So he will get the dragons into the middle, and the queen will still support on the side. The World Champion joining very, very early, but I'm a little bit concerned about that king there, but maybe he can do something on the backside and maybe get the defensive World Champion down. If the World Champion's down, then he has a chance to push the queen and the World Champion through.
Defending king on the World Champion, raged up, he takes her down. She does get her ability off, but she, oh wait, no, she's, oh, Phoenix, okay. I was gonna say, I thought she went down, but she goes to Phoenix, so she'll have 8 seconds here to get a few shots off, and that Phoenix will join the Lalo. This one looks like it's gonna fizzle out as well as it makes its way into the back of the base. Does still have that king working through here, so can push that percentage up. Remember, they're not down stars, so if he can get the percentage up here, he can keep his team alive.
There's some strange decisions being made on the Birds of Power side of this warrior. Like, look, he put Diggy on the Warden, which that's generally in an air attack a bad idea there, because even if the king wasn't the one who was going to pull those ice golems out of the clan castle, the Diggy would have when the Warden was directing the Diggy into the CC range. Like, you're really trying to avoid pulling unnecessary clan castle troops out there in any dragon attack there, but yeah, there's some weird things going on over here in Birds of Power.
Sometimes here we get some interesting attacks, we get some fun things, and that's what NA is all about, man. It's the era of everyone, and that's where we see some real creative, different things. These are attacks that maybe these guys are used to and they work. But when you come up against a squad like UG Nebula, let's be honest, they have some really powerful bases, they have some really powerful offense. Maybe some of those things you're used to working don't work as well. I think that's what we could be seeing in this war right here.
Yeah, and definitely some interesting attacks here out of Burst of Power, and that one had some potential in it. There were some mistakes there, and maybe just they need to go double check those armies and make sure they're running like optimal pet layouts, or maybe it's something I don't know. Maybe that's a way to run your pets there that I would not really think about there, but I would typically say that's a suboptimal way to run.
Let's be honest, Eric. There's a pretty standard pet meta right now. There always has been, and I think if you follow that, you have a little bit more success. There are, a few little things you can change, whether it's, like Frosty or the Electro Owl or whatever you're going to put, even Phoenix on the Warden on some of these attacks. But I agree, Diggy, you probably want Diggy more on the Royal Champion. Almost 90% of the time we see that, if not more, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Phoenix on the Royal Champion isn't super effective because you'd rather just prevent the damage to the Royal Champion, and so the Diggy tends to work out very, very well there. So people get tempted to put the Phoenix on her thinking that you're going to get more value out of it, but honestly, the King with Phoenix is really, really strong, and a drag attack Warden with the Phoenix is also very, very strong. Whatever hero you anticipate is going to go down first, which a lot of times in any drag attack there is going to be the Warden, that's where the Phoenix is going to get the most value. But the King with the Yak is an interesting choice there. I don't completely disagree with that. I think that's fine. But let's see what Soham can do. Soham starts off with a couple of rocket blows, goes after the air defense on that bottom left side of the base there. Blimps to the sail across. Gonna go right into a double sweeper, but is gonna drop down a little bit short of getting knocked back, and Super Archers are gonna start to clear out this very, very dense left side of the base there, and because they're standing on top of the Eagle Artillery and the arrows do trace damage, then he's able to take out the Eagle Artillery without ever actually striking it, by striking everything in every direction here.
Oh, if he had one more Viz, maybe get that other scatter, but this is set up really nicely for Soham. Now, me personally, man, I struggle on this type of approach where you're finishing on the town hall, but these guys are way better players than I am. Let's go ahead and have these heroes come in, take out the enemy heroes, take out the clan castle troops that were pulled, and then the heroes are going to loop all the way around. And that's what's nice about these super barbarians. You get so many with this attack that you can just kind of support the heroes and also use them to kind of direct the heroes where you want them to go. Cutting off those buildings, as we're seeing here, can really push those heroes inside the base, and you can kind of manipulate this one a lot easier.
Yeah, looking at that defensive Royal Champion to move over and meet the heroes, as they are not going to be diverted off of their path, and they're going to stay right there all together, all moving forward here. And Ice Golem's taking the lead. He's gonna circle to the outside of the base with the King. And not a really optimal path in here. I'm a little bit concerned right now about this Town Hall takedown, as his Queen gets trapped inside the walls, and she will not rejoin because she has to go through at least 2 walls to meet back up with the group.
This is going to be tough. The Teslas are going to keep the King on the outside. He does still have Royal Champion, and he still does have Warden ability. So if Champion can go with the Warden here, oh my goodness, watch the Warden's health bar there.
I know.
He is barely hanging on before ability, Eric.
Yeah, but
there he goes.
Taking to the right side, the King goes to Phoenix and then transfers the defenses over to the Royal Champion, but he pops the Warden ability right as those defenses switch over. Diggy takes the stun. There's the Town Hall engagement, and the freeze plus the Diggy there gets it. He's not getting much value because all the freezes come down right at the same times, but he does keep it under control here. He gets the Town Hall taken down. The Queen could still finish off here if the Royal Champion finishes his expo. There's the RC ability. Yeah, I think he actually might have a chance here, Bash.
And she's going to get it. Queen goes to ability here. Oh, but she catches a tornado and some traps. There's not a lot of point defenses left, but this Queen is low. Even a few shots from this mortar could be lethal. Oh, he's trying to hang on here. Come on, Soham. There's not much left. Queen's healthy. Eric, it's going to be close. I think he's got it. Eric, I think he's got the triple.
Hunter takes. There we go. Oh my goodness, Bash. I thought he was done, but he holds it together, and they got the first triple on the board.
Not only that, but they pushed that percentage lead really far up. Man, that was dicey to say the least, as these heroes made their way around. Queen kind of getting stuck there, kind of worked out for him as she is able to sweep in and finish off the base. Good call by bringing that Royal Champion in right here with the Warden. Man, look, how did that Warden not go to ability right there? That's crazy.
I know that freeze barely prevented that from happening. And this one headhunter tanking the Tesla on that final strike there gave the queen just enough buffer to be able to take that down. And the tornado trap was just, she's like, she found the tornado trap and she's like, hold me back, bro, hold me back. And she gets a little bit more she gets a little bit more HP from a unicorn while she was delayed there for a second. It gave her exactly what she needed to pull through. That was really close, but he does get it through. Like, he holds it together. That's not easy thing to do when you get in that situation.
That's Soham, though. We know Soham knows how to handle these situations. I don't even think he was sweating during that. He's like, nah, bro, I'm good. You guys good? I'm good.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's Soham. That's just Soham for you. But looks like return to the other side here. Birds of Power. All right, this one, we're looking at a little bit more in line with the meta on this one here, as a Hulk Smash is going to try to Hulk smash this base with a Warden protected blip to sail all the way and lands inside the tunnel compartment, goes invisible, rage up. There's the double clone, and Super Archers will start to work their way through this area. Wait. There's like
healer. There's healers.
Healers?
There's healers. Yeah. This is something people do sometimes. They'll run 3 of the super archers and then 1 healer. I don't think it's intended to clone the healers, but now he's gonna have healed super archers as he works through here. Sometimes those well, I guess the cloned ones will fade out, but sometimes that healer can survive and just get a little extra oomph. So this is something I see every once in a while, especially like in Legends League, where, you know, you don't run that 4th super archer, or you don't really run filler. You just go with a healer and it kind of works out.
I have never seen that before. I'll be real with you, I've never ever seen that, but it's an interesting idea. I mean, how do you avoid getting the clone to clone the healers?
Well, you got to have the clone down right away to make that happen.
Oh, because the super archers go out before the healers because they're less troop space. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
I think Itsu made a video on that and kind of popularized it, and you see that every once in a while in Legends League, especially with this kind of attack.
Yeah, I've honestly never seen that before, but it does make sense. I guess I can see how that could work here, but he does need to hold it together here. He still has this very dangerous area in the bottom corner here. Got the defensive queen out of the way there, but the king still stands. The model still stands. World champion taking damage from the model. She's going to go down unless the Diggy can take a stun. Diggy is going to go attack a wall. No, I don't know what Diggy's going to do there, but the monolith continues to fire away there, and all the heroes just got demolished by it. As there goes the last hero to Phoenix. That the queen random Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Eric,
all right, well,
I don't see
that's not working out for him.
Birds of Power, I love you guys, but come on, you got to have the unicorn on the attack. The unicorn is too strong to not be used on any hero, let alone the queen. 79% as Birds of Power just kind of struggling here, playing around with some stuff. In this era of everyone, I respect it, don't get me wrong, but we're just trying to help you guys out a little bit. Just try to help a little bit.
Yeah, well, you think about it, the queen, if she was like diving into danger directly, then the Phoenix can make sense. Or if you're gonna recall her out and 5 healers and you don't have room to fit the unicorn into the recall, then you could definitely run that. Because remember, when the Phoenix is in its egg, it does not actually count towards like a recall spell for what you can extract out. However, if the queen is going to be behind the king, behind a golem, behind a bunch of tanking, then you just want to try to pick her back up there when she's taking a little bit of miscellaneous damage. And so the Phoenix doesn't really do a lot when you put the Phoenix onto the queen when she's not directly in a danger. And we almost always want that Phoenix on whatever hero is going to be the first into danger. And so the Phoenix definitely would have been suboptimal choice in that spot there, but I don't think it would have mattered in the long run anyways. I think he was gonna struggle at that bottom corner regardless.
But Eric, you know, in this era of everyone, some of these players, this might be their first real like esports kind of experience, and that's where you kind of get in here, you play against some of these really good teams and you learn. I know
you learn a lot really fast,
right? Watching Worlds, even just casting with you and listening you explain things to the players and to the audience, I learn a lot. So you know, in the era of everyone, I respect it. These guys are out here giving it their all, going up against a really tough UG Nebula squad. Hopefully they can take a little bit from this, build, and come back and go to their next war even stronger. Black Powerade's going to come in with a zap into Super Dragons. I think he's just going to zap out both of these sweepers here. A lot of times we'll see, like on this kind of base, maybe a recall queen, but he's going to opt for the Flame Flinger and just zap out these sweepers and maybe just push right through the middle here.
Nicely calculated using regular balloons followed by rocket balloons. Just tank the defenses with the regular balloons. As soon as they're in the range of the defenses, then you put the rocket balloons. They one-shot the first defense, and then they coast to the second one, and you can get the air defenses down through the archer tower right there. So very, very nicely set up here for Powerade. But now he's going to start it with the dragons up top there. The king and the queen will work the outside. We want to keep the heroes away from the clan castle range. Very, very important. The heroes do not go inside of the clan castle range and pull unnecessary clan castle troops. And that means the dragons are going to need to make a beeline across the base here, and they will need to secure the eagle artillery, the clan castle building, and ideally the model as well to set up the heroes, because those heroes are probably going to have to wrap all the way around the right side of the base there and still have enough punch to secure the town takedown.
Yeah, this is a pretty risky play here, to be honest. If things don't go right, Powerade is going to be struggling to get to that town hall, especially with a couple of these dragons going to the outside. But he does still have some spell support. Pops it down there on the mono so that the super dragon, remember that super dragon's going to splash.
Ooh,
and it's going to get that mono down. Nice. Whoa. Now he can support the queen with the royal champion and make that final push into the town hall.
Not just that, Bash, but he also got the invisibility tower pre-triggered, so now he doesn't have to burn the invisibility on that, although he probably still should anyways, because look at the queen. The queen is making her way that direction now. She still has her ability intact there. The royal champion is going to go down a little bit early, and so the warden still chip. Oh, there's still a flame flicker as well. Queen pops her ability, will secure the town takedown, and look at this warden. Look at this. Okay, he's got enough here. He's got enough. He's gonna power through this, and so Powerade takes the risk, and it does pay off here for another triple for United Gaming Nebula.
Eric, this is one thing, in my opinion, that kind of sets teams apart. Taking that big risk. This had huge one-star potential, but when it's done right, and you're patient on your dragons and you're patient on your spell placement, you're rewarded with the 3-star. You have to kind of have that courage to take the risk to get rewarded with the 3-star. This was a tough plan, a very tough plan. One thing goes wrong, a Tesla farm pops up there like on the left-hand side, some of those dragons go away from that mono. He might not get the town hall down, but Powerade was really on point with the spells. Look at this. Oh man, that splash was beautiful. The invis goes off right there, and it's just a really well done attack. And that's why I think UG Nebula is going to be one of our favorites in this ladder finals, in my opinion.
Yeah, you'll notice that when a lot of people use dragons, they're just going to be following the big pack of the dragons wherever they end up going, and they're going to be dumping all the spells into it. But the most skilled players, when they use dragons, they're not specifically just blindly raging up and casting freezes on the biggest packs of dragons. They're casting them to protect and rage up the dragons that are in the most key positions to take out the most key targets. And we talked about those key targets. The monolith and the clan castle were touching each other, so super dragons, a single super dragon reaching those targets was able to take both of them down in 2 breaths. So a very, very good management of those super dragons able to take out those key targets, and that really set up the heroes, because if those didn't go down, then he not only would have been taking monolith fire to his heroes as he made the approach, but he also would have had clan castle troops going out that were never pulled, by the way. Those clan castle
it was most likely triple ice golem. Let's be honest, we see that a lot in that situation. 3 ice golems come out of there, that's a 1-star, but really well used. Like you said, the spells on that one dragon was just enough. Fruit Loop Ninja's going to come in now, and Fruit Loop Ninja really needs a 3-star, although Birds of Power kind of down on percentage in a big way as well. You never know what can happen if a team is willing to take those big risks. Maybe you see a 1-star on one of those big risk plays, but Fruit Loop Ninja goes ahead, freeze that sweeper, and it's going to be a super archer blimp. Tornado trap does go off. Some of those archers took a little bit of damage, but oh, here comes the spells. Oh, I think some of them got blown up there, Eric.
Yeah, it looks like he lost a couple. I saw small bombs and giant bombs going off right at the drop zone, but the super archers that are still alive keep chipping away here. One less invisibility. Take the town hall. The town hall, I like the town hall chains right there, taking the monolith down on the side here, but the town hall does not go down. But it might be okay because he got the monolith down on the side there. However, we talked about it earlier. If you're gonna do a super archer blip, you want to take either the eagle artillery or the town hall, and then now he's in a weird situation where he has both of them still steady, and he has to choose where he wants to send the heroes. And obviously, you gotta go to the town hall first, so that means you're gonna take an eagle artillery fire for a very, very long time here, Bash.
Oh, that's tough, man. That is tough. Queen going down. he should. Oh wait, King's going out. Teslas are up. I was gonna say he should have a nice oomph to get through this town hall, but if this King goes to the outside, okay, Barbs cut him off. King will be able to use ability to get through the town hall, but they really needed a 3-star in the spot. Man, those traps were just perfectly placed there to kind of blow up that super archer blimp. And let's be honest, a lot of people are expecting super archer blimps, so you got to be careful on those approaches as Royal Champion's going to sweep in and try to kind of finish off with this back end and meet up with the King.
Yeah, definitely ideal for the bases to be able to trap against that, especially right behind the town hall like that, when you have a nice open space right there, plenty of room to drop in a blimp and try to just gut this base from the inside out. And that's what that attack's all about there. And if you can just get a couple of traps in the right spot there, a couple giant bombs, small bombs mixed together there, kill some of the super archers, then you can stop this attack in its tracks. And that's exactly what's happening here. So Fruit Loop Ninja is go regather a cereal bowl here and see if he can get back to the next war and get that one to go a little bit smoother. But Halo Blade sets his traps properly, and honestly wasn't a bad attack here. For Ninja did a pretty good job of working with what he had, and it looks like it was overall pretty sound. But unfortunately, it is trapped up there. He got baited a little bit, and that's going to be the defense here for UG Nebula.
76%. Birds of Power struggling in this war. And man, that had to be a 3-star to give them a chance, as UG Nebula is already up by 2 stars. Now, we did see Powerade take a big risk there, so anything could happen, and you never know. But you'd like to say UG Nebula is pretty in a commanding spot to win this war and should go ahead and be able to move forward. But to see how the rest of this one plays out. Fruit Loop Ninja, again, another interesting play here. We see the Phoenix on the RC here late. You talked about, having that Phoenix on, one of those early heroes, whether it be the King. Also, I'm noticing on this base, look at the corners of this base. They're all open. I don't think Yak was needed on the King there. I think Phoenix on King, Diggy there. Make those adjustments. It's okay. Make those adjustments moving forward. Try to, improve a little bit, learn and get better and keep moving.
Yeah, that's exactly right there. I remember when I first started esports there, it was all the way back at Town Hall 12, but I definitely made a lot of mistakes there. But the learning curve, the rate that you learn, the more you play in the competitive environment, is very, very, very rapid. So just the first step is to get involved and sign up a team and start competing. And the fact that they made it to the top 16 here definitely shows that they have some promise. So they just need to just tidy up a couple things there, and they could be a team that could do well in the future. But right now, UG Nebula is laying waste to them. Here we go, the final attack. UG Nebula enforced me their 4th attack, So the stars are tied up here, but they're going to be able to potentially go 3 stars ahead here if Marcelo is able to get it done. Yeti Bomb taking out the town hall there and getting Clan Castle pulled, and with the balloons invest in that area with the haste, he's able to clear out all the defenses from the edge of the base there to the hole created by the town hall, and he's all set up here to push his queen charge in, and with the CC pull he can fight it in safety, and so everything is going very, very smooth here. However, watch the Eagle Artillery. Eagle Artillery has activated now because he has the put a lot, and so he needs to make sure that he keeps that under control so his queen does not get overwhelmed here.
I don't know if you saw it right at the beginning of this attack here, Eric. Marcelo put down a haste spell, which hasted those balloons in and allowed them to go in for that monolith under the Warden ability. A very wise play here from Marcelo. Now he's going to start the queen charge, take out that enemy queen, no issue. And you're right, that Eagle is firing. Got to keep an eye on as the queen progresses as well. There's a single target in front of him. He has tons of spell support, so it should be fine. But here we go. We're going to go ahead and start in with the King to go ahead and support this queen and can keep her on track and inside the base. First wall breaker goes in. Second wall breaker is not too far behind to keep this queen pushing in through the middle of this base. And she's staying away from that single, actually.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried about the single Inferno, but she is keeping her distance from it. I mean, this is actually working out quite nice there. A couple balloons wander the core of the base so they can pull some traps. That would be wonderful. But they're just going to go in there, and they're out there. That's fine. It's fine. It doesn't really need them. It's not going to be a big deal because this queen is in such a good position here to go in and get the expos out of the way, get the scatter shots, deal with the rage tower area, and keep the King very, very healthy on the outside of the base there for quite a long time. But you can see the King running the Phoenix on the outside of the base there, Queen running that Unicorn, and that definitely helped her out a little bit there to get a little bit further. And then most importantly, Royal Champion with the Diggy. We're all about damage mitigation here with the Road Champion. We're not trying to pick her back up in the face. We're trying to make sure that she never goes down in the first place, because if she survives an attack, then you're gonna end up probably taking the triple. And it looks like he's able to push her all the way into the multi-inferno there. Diggy takes another stun of the multi-inferno, keeping her alive even longer. He distracts her off the ground skills, pops her building. Now watch the Diggy. Diggy's gonna turn back, and one more stun. Another stun of the multi-inferno. Okay, she takes it first. Okay, she's not gonna let Diggy have it, but there's another stun on a single, and he's got it completely under control. You can see how much damage mitigation the Diggy provides to the Road Champion. So you never need to get picked back up there by a Phoenix if she never goes down in the first place.
Good call, Eric. Marcelo with a commanding attack. Man, the way he ran that queen right through the middle of that base, he got her right in the proper channel there, and she was just crushing it. Stayed away from the single. This is the play I was talking about, Eric. Look at that. That haste into the mono was huge, along with that blimp in there, pulling out that CC so the queen can deal with it early. This is a really high caliber attack from Marcelo. Not just spamming in super barbs, being really patient to support these heroes. That's one of the toughest thing I think with the super barbs. You know, you get, 25, 35 of them, depending on what comp you're using, but it's really tough to not just spam them in there. You got to use them kind of surgically to support these heroes. It's really easy to go ahead and just throw in 2 here, 3 here, 2 there, and before you know it, you're out of super barbs. But Marcelo did a really good job managing that attack, keeping the Royal Champion up, keeping the Queen up, and it's another 3-star for UG Nebula. These guys are looking tough.
Yeah, they're a force to be reckoned with here, and I think a lot of teams, even the most seasoned teams in this entire circuit, would look at a team like UG Nebula, and you get a little nervous when you face a team like that. And I get it, they're a tough team to beat. But let's have the last attack here for our Birds of Power team.
The healer again, Eric.
Okay. Yeah, did he get the clone in advance there?
Lots of traps going off. Once this town hall goes down.
Okay.
Oh wait, he doesn't see the healers got pushed out of the tornado, or the archers did. Okay, he's got some back there. Got to get the town hall.
Fine.
Yeah, this is
fine.
Yeah, sure, fine. Yeah,
Yeah, he's fine. He's got the healer. How could he possibly be wrong? He's gonna stay alive forever, right? That's the way it works.
Yeah, I mean, they are staying up to get the multi, so it didn't work out for him. All right.
Well, the healer did
the healer's up.
his job. And he did clone the healer. He got the clones in advance. And so, this team does have some tricks up their sleeve. All right, I like it. I see some potential with this team. They're probably gonna lose here to UG Nebula unless something goes absolutely horribly wrong on this next attack. But I like what I'm seeing here, and I think that if they just tidy up some things there, they could definitely use attacks that they're using here, and they could get a lot of bases down.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that. And it's all about how you learn and overcome the adversity. Ooh, look at this Rage Tower. That Rage Tower gets both bows, the Eagle, both multis. That is a really well-placed Rage Tower on the back of the base there. And I think that's what sets some of these teams apart, is having those really tough bases to crack. It's gonna be really tough moving forward. But the Titans are pretty beefy. Remember, Titans almost have as much hit points as a Golem does. So if you can keep those Titans pushing through the middle of the base, you can really get a good, strong push through. But oh man, they're going into a tough position here.
Yeah, well, the Road Champion has the Phoenix again, and the Road Champion would have been able to get the stun on the Monolith right there, and stun on the Expo, and then stun on the next Expo, and instead she's gonna get a little bit further there, but he wasn't able to protect the Queen that Diggy could have taken a stun there. So once again, Phoenix on the Road Champion really costs a lot of hero value, and you have to remember at Town Hall 15, really, the higher Town Hall level you go, the more of the base that your heroes have to take down. And the pets have a very big impact on your hero survivability. So anything that you can do to keep the heroes alive is going to be beneficial. So whether you're putting Super Barbarians or Electric Titans out in front of them, you really need to do anything you can to maximize their value. And I think their biggest downfall here is their pet choices. And it's really costing them a lot of attacks here.
Agreed. 72% there for Kigo, and UG Nebula is not going to have to do too much there on their final attack. We know they're going to be playing for 3 stars, but they almost already have this one locked up without that final attack. So UG Nebula looking to move forward and finish off this war with a kind of statement moving into our second round of the upper bracket. Yeah, man, just looking back at this, I think hopefully they're watching broadcast and, you know, they can take a little bit of note, listen to Eric and his expertise. I mean, don't take my word for it, guys. Eric is way better than I am. He sees this stuff from the pros all the time. You know, make those little adjustments and bounce back.
Absolutely, and maybe they turn it around in the lower bracket here. Maybe they can make those adjustments immediately and survive and get into one of these 6 slots here we have to go on a challenge. Because remember, there's 16 teams that entered into today, and between today's broadcast and tomorrow, we're gonna eliminate 10 of them, and only 6 of them will join on with the other 2 teams that have already advanced to challenge. So they need to just hold it together here. But let's dive in the last attack here. Halo Blade, a seasoned veteran here in North America, is going to be breaking out Recall, Quake, and then it looks like Super Archers and Electric. I like this attack here, Halo. It's definitely one of my favorites here to see the Super Archers make up for one of the biggest weaknesses of the Electro Titans, and I've seen a couple different variations of this, but I'm a big fan of this one right here. I see this with sometimes Super Barbarians to support the backside, or Super Archers to go right behind those Titans and just give them some range support.
We've seen Halo kind of do something similar to this before, maybe not with the Recall, but he loves the Titans with the Super Archer. It's almost kind of became his signature attack here in NA. So the Queen's gonna go ahead, work in here, get down. Ooh, watch Queen, watch.
Okay.
Oh, no. That's not what you want. Oh, that's tough, Eric.
Yeah, you don't want to burn your Queen ability before you recall out. You want to get the Queen out of there before she goes to ability. But he wanted the scatter shot down, and that was very, very clear there. But we'll have to see if he can still pull through here, because he's got a very, very long way to go. But luckily, they already have the win, so like they're doing just fine here. This one's just for show. He's got the quad quake that can open up the base here, but yeah, they are literally a star ahead, and they still will log whatever is on here. So we'll see if Halo Blade can get his team to 14 stars, which definitely would be very, very impressive. And we expect nothing less out of this team with how much experience they have.
Right, these guys are strong, really well seasoned here in the NA circuit, really good players, and we're kind of seeing that here in this war. A lot of creativity, a lot of really strong attacks, really strong defenses. The Queen's going to go down here, though, trying to fight off those ice golems. Halo's in a little bit of trouble on this one, actually. Luckily, the war didn't come down to this one, but Halo whipping out, you know, his little creativity, and it's kind of backfiring a little bit.
Yeah, Halo, maybe you need to go... You need to go take some notes there from Birds of Power and get some 2 stars on the board.
Oh.
Shots fired. Oh, it's okay. He's my friend, so I can say that. You guys can't say that, though. You gotta be nice.
Chat can't say that, just you?
Yeah, just me.
I mean, Halo does have a really good sense of humor, to be fair, so I don't think he's going to take that in a negative light. You know, he's probably laughing about it like, guys, yeah. That didn't work. We've all seen Halo. Halo's a big goof in the best kind of way.
Yeah, he's gonna freeze up that Monolith. He's not giving up on the tower takedown. He's gonna quad quake only the town hall to try to get some damage on. He's still got the warden.
This is gonna be tough.
Okay, I feel like he should have popped the warden. Oh, the warden's all the way down south there. That's what he's doing. He's got the rage. He bursts the king forward there. Power, take it. Got it!
Hey, Eric, he got the 2.
There we go. Yeah, I did.
What are you talking about? He got the 2
That's
star.
a nice recovery.
I was worried with that invis, and he used the freeze.
I know.
Oh.
Literally, that invisibility tower was in the air, and he takes the town hall down there. So definitely a big risk on that one. Definitely have some fun, but they will end the war at 13 stars, and it is domination here today from United Gaming Nebula.
Oh man, Halo. That was
in the chat. He says he can explain.
Oh, he can see what had happened was. Oh boy. Good recovery, Halo. I mean, Eric said you were getting a 1 star. I would never say that. GG's on the attack, and GG's more importantly to UG Nebula as they move forward into the upper bracket. Birds of Power look to make some adjustments down in the lower bracket here. But remember, guys, all 16 of these teams, they're playing for money, so they're still in the money. It's all good.
Yeah, Halo says it was for the content. He did it. He did it for us. And
fair enough.
You know what? We'll take it. It was a little bit of a heart attack moment there. Luckily, it wasn't in a position where it would potentially throw the war. But you know what? They get it done. They're surviving, like you said, into the upper bracket, into the next stage, and one step closer to secure one of those 6 spots.
Yeah, a really fun war. If my math was right, they almost didn't need a tech. I think they just needed a few percent there, and barely any, maybe like 15%.
They had star advantage. It was 11 to 10 before.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. It was 2 stars out. I forgot they had 3 triple. Yeah. Yeah, so they technically didn't even need a 3-star, but that's all right, guys. Make sure you stick around. We'll be back with another war and more exciting action here. You're watching the Snapdragon Pro Series.
The Snapdragon Pro Series powered by Samsung Galaxy is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, Monster Energy, and DHL.
We are back. It is the Snapdragon Pro Series for Clash of Clans. We are 2 matches into the day, and you know what, Bash? I'm gonna repeat something that you just said during the break. We are cooking.
Yeah, we're definitely moving along here. We got 2 more wars to kind of solidify. Well, actually, I think did that solidify our upper and lower brackets there?
Well, let's take a look. The bracket is
there we go.
ready.
Look at that segue. You like that, Falcone?
Yeah, thank you. That
was good.
You guys are the real pros. Eric, talk us through this.
All right, so we see, that first match is out of the way there. We can see a lot of the teams separated themselves here, but we already saw some of the big name teams getting knocked down to the lower bracket here. But the one that catches my eye here the most is Method of Madness and 50 Thieves, but also, because we saw 50 Thieves, Method of Madness is a seasoned team here, but United Gaming, Nebula, and Underworld X, which I think is the same roster as what we used to know as Golden X. So we could definitely see a very big matchup in that bracket there, but down in the lower bracket, all those other teams are facing elimination right now, and they're in a dangerous spot here because another loss and they are out of the competition and gotta wait till next season.
I am receiving word that the next match is practically ready, guys. So here we go. Match 3 of today starts now.
Let's go, Eric. It's our next matchup. We got Push Canada going up against Too Old for This. You know, I'm going to say it. One thing I love is that name, Too Old for This. But Push, we've seen these guys, and it's a lot of familiar names. Champ, Royal Kings, Tuco, Ryazback, and Eric for this roster. They've been around SPS for quite a while, looking to move forward.
Yeah, they were very good at the Talent 14 meta. They struggled a little bit to adapt to the Talent 15 meta last season, but maybe since they made it here, they can continue on. But we have Too Old for This on the other side here, and we do see some familiar names there as well. And this could be a good matchup here. I feel like these teams are relatively even matched, but I feel like if I had to choose one of these teams as a favorite, I'd say Too Old for This has the stronger roster.
Yeah, I'd say this is a pretty good toss-up, and if I'm right here, and correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, win and you're in the challenge on this, right?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I think they might need to play one more round tomorrow. I'm not actually sure. I think they would get probably, we get 6 spots there, so we probably need like 3 teams from the upper bracket, 3 from the lower, or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but either way,
we'll figure it out.
Let's move into this. We'll figure it out in a bit. We got Super Archer starting us off here for Ryazback in for a push, and yeah, this is a nice setup here. He's gonna be able to get the talent down. He can use that as the funnel. He's got the clan castle getting pulled out here. We like to see a full clan castle pull, and he gets it. So everything that he would have wanted there was taken down except for the monolith. So that could definitely cause some problems here. And I'm looking at the pathing through the base here as far as getting these titans through, and we're gonna need to see a very, very key wall break right about by that expo by the clan castle, and if he can get that, he can transition through pretty nicely here.
Ooh, the Titans are going to bounce out through here. I was worried they might try to go inside, but I didn't see that wall was open right there. But let's see if we can get that wall break inside. Super Archers are in there just protecting and dealing a little bit of extra damage. Here comes the Royal Champion also trying to push her in the middle, and here comes that wall break, Eric. Oh, but the Titans are already on the outside. Might be a little too late on it.
The Queen's going that way, though. She can step in. If she gets that channel there, she can reach the Expo, the Monolith, the defensive row champion. But I don't know if she's going to have enough punch to take it, because the Monolith immediately locks onto her and starts just tearing through her. She lost all of her archers, and so she does not have the cover that she needs. And she takes the Monolith on her final strike, so maybe that gives her a chance to row champion. Look at it cut across to get this multi-inferno under control.
All right, if he can get through the multi, it's looking decent at least, because he's still got all those Titans. Here we go. Royal Champion's gonna go and throw her Seeking Shield, fight off the enemy Royal Champion. Now the Titans can kind of work through here, and the rest of the base is open with a minute remaining. He's still got a lot of force through here. All 4 of the Titans still has 2 super archers in there. There's one kind of trailing behind there. So he's got enough force. He's just got to get through the back end of this base. This is going to be a close finish here for Ryazback.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of time here, and he's got a headhunter on standby. So look at this. The Titans tank for the Expo. Super Archers step in, taking over the ball there. He's got the force of the multi-inferno. The heal is still doing some good work. The headhunter comes down and gets him through the king. And so he just needs to power through this last little section. And I think he's got it under control. Bash, there we go. And Yeah, he's looking good here. And so this is not an attack that we had seen in the past. They're being used by Push, and so we are seeing them adapt to this meta, and so they are doing what they need to do here to make it work in the Talent 15 meta right before Talent 16 comes out.
Yeah, a little creativity here, set up the pathing really nicely with the blimp and just work through here. I mean, I was a little bit worried that nothing was going to go in there, but Queen stayed in that compartment just long enough to step up, get the monolith, which that was massive. If that monolith stays up, might have ran into some issues. Could have been time issues also, as everything would have had to circle back. But Queen steps up, gets the job done. A really nice attack and sets the tone really well here from Push. I like this Push team. They kind of surprise us season after season. They always come with something new and something different.
Yeah, I remember back in the Town Hall 4 team meta, they like to run a lot of dragon attacks.
Yeah, the dragon clones.
Dragon attack there. And they didn't step out of that for a little while there. And so last season, they tried to keep forcing that, and it wasn't working for them, but they ended up not making it through to the next phase of the tournament there. But now they've adapted. I like what we're seeing out of them. I like that adjustment. I like to see them experimenting with more strategies, and that kind of willingness to be able to step out of your comfort zone and push into new strategies is very, very important. That's what you like to see as a team continues to evolve season after season. But Lord Peter on the other side, using all the lightning, takes out the interior core defenses. I think
it's like Mono went down, yeah. Mono
and
he
got the Town Hall with a blip.
No, I was gonna say a sweeper, maybe
Inferno.
Okay, yeah. I was looking around. Yeah, that makes sense. But still does have that big rage tower up top here. Is setting up the Lalo. So a lot of times you talk about this, Eric. You zap, maybe run the blimp. Now you want to kind of connect all that together and then run the Lalo over top of these heroes. King's going to go ahead and go to ability to take out this Royal Champion. That's a tough compartment, but with the proper usage, should be able to get this whole compartment down and then kind of set up the Lalo to go over top. And notice those ground bows. Those aren't going to target the balloons as they're flying atop.
Yeah, losing a lot of the value of the heroes here, all of the ground skellies and the Teslas. Definitely a nice setup here on defense to try to stop a hero dive in the compartment. And you almost always see the ground skellies and the Teslas stacked into either the Royal Champion or the Defensive Queen compartments and try to stop up anybody from diving in there, take those down. And it did its job there. The traps did the job there. They always take a gamble. You don't know if you're going to see it at the Royal Champion or the Queen, but typically you see it a lot of times in those areas, and it is purpose built to try to lower the value of the heroes right there. But he does have his Royal Champion lure out the defensive ice golems. She's actually found a nice little pocket of safety right there, so she can fight those without any threat. And then as long as she doesn't get engaged by the defensive king, he's in a decent spot with her.
All right, here we go. Yeah, Lalo's going to be tough through here as that Rage Tower is going to go off and pump up these multi-target Infernos with the Warden ability already being down and not a lot of spell support. Oh, watch these balloons as they're going to take a lot of damage. Oh, Sweeper's pushing out. Oh, red air bombs are going off. Eric, this area is devastating for a Lalo and just not enough support to get through here. The Royal Champion, Eric, that's a level 37 Royal Champion, not even a max Royal Champion here, and Lord Peter's getting a really strong push, but man, those multis in the back are just so tough.
So when you're too old for this, you don't got time to farm either, you know?
True. Hammer Jam, get it done. Although I don't think heroes are a part of Hammer Jam.
Are they not? I don't think everything. So. Maybe. Well, either way, he's able to get some more percentage on the board here. Nice try, Lord Peter. I'm trying to think if the Royal Champion would have split off to the artillery area and got the multi-inferno down, and the sweeper specifically, that he might have had a chance to pull through there. But I feel like once that Rage Tower was going to go off, the dual ground expos were going to just tear that Royal Champion up no matter what he did there. So kind of a rough base to be able to push his way through. Good defense here from Push. And with the opening triple, I said that Push was the underdog in this match here. Maybe I'm mistaken for the second time today.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wouldn't be the first time, but you covered all the grounds for us. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate that, buddy. But it's very early in the war. Anything can happen. We got a lot of very strong attackers for both of these squads still, and I'm really curious to see what we see from these some of these Push players that have been around a while. Have they made those different plays, those adaptations? I don't even know how to pronounce that right. I didn't want to say it. Or are we going to still use some dragons and with some clones? I'm kind of curious what we see from Push.
Yeah, there's a couple players that I'm specifically looking out for to see if they've made some adaptations, because those old dragon attacks there that they really leaned on in the previous seasons, they don't really work in the current meta.
Right.
So the super archer bomb, I think a lot of people in fact have had that used to do the dragon attacks there have kind of shifted to the super archer bomb.
Agreed.
To try to use that combined with some, well, I guess whatever else you want to pair it with, whether that be Titans or Super Barbarians or whatever you want to pair it with. I think a lot of people have kind of been leaning on that attack there. It's been very, very strong in the meta right now. Definitely one of the strongest attacks in the game. But it looks like it is going to... it's Eric.
Eric. This is what I was worried about.
Poor clone. Eric, come on, man.
We literally just called it.
For like 2 years.
We literally just called it. It's Hydra into the super duper clone. That's what we're calling this. He's going to use 4 clones to clone up a ton of balloons out of the clan castle. Now, if he gets a good split on these balloons, it could work out really nicely, but keep an eye on this sweeper. That sweeper is going to be very tough. Here comes the clones, and watch it. He's going to try to chain them all the way through up to that multi. Ooh, he gets good coverage here.
Okay. Yeah, he does. He wipes out the town hall, and he just gets a chain of clones to go all the way up there. Doesn't quite get that explode down, but he did get a chunk of the base out of the way with it, and there's a chance that he could actually pull this through, potentially. We got the defensive ice golems over to the left side of the base there. Rock Kapoom's over there, freezing up his heroes on that far left side, but he still has to engage the defensive queen, the defensive king, and the monolith. And because he burned every single one of his spells into bringing all those clones, he's not going to have a lot of support here for the heroes, and that means that monolith is going to do a lot of damage. These expos are very dangerous for the queen as she makes her way forward.
Oh man, that was a really nice run. I wonder why he split the king and queen there. If he kept them together, maybe could have had a nice little push through here. I mean, using the dragons, we see it even with super dragons or electric dragons, where you just have them go take a big chunk of the base out and then have the heroes kind of support and finish off. Maybe he could have paired those heroes together. I mean, it's still going to be a really nice percent. We saw Lord Peter get an 83%, so this one's not going to be too far off of that, as it falls right there at that 80% mark. And with them already having the lead, I think that's okay for Eric, kind of staying in his comfort zone. He had Yetis in there as well? Huh. Yetis and loons in the CC. That's interesting.
Yeah, just... Oh, man. I remember when this attack was discovered, and everybody was abusing it like crazy at Town Hall 14, and yeah, he's definitely still sticking with it. Yeah, can't teach an old dog new tricks, right?
Yeah,
but it's still an effective way to safely get a 2-star, and it is gonna get that 2-star pretty much every single time unless you completely whip those clones. So if there's a base that they're nervous about, then they can just send Eric in there to safely make sure that that town hall goes down, and the anti 2-star base that somebody else might not be comfortable attacking is just out of the way. So there is a position on any roster for a player who can just safely get a 2-star and consistently get a 2-star no matter what, and sometimes still pull off a triple.
Yeah, I mean, it looks goofy and spammy and kind of weird, but you're right. Those bases can be really tough for some players. We've seen that be a storyline in previous seasons where there's a style base, usually the anti-2 or the ring style bases, that just gives a team fits. So send Eric in there with his clone spells and let him crush it. The clone chain was pretty nice. Once that blimp landed, it was pretty good. Could have maybe made a few minor tweaks there to get a little bit more value, but they're still very much alive. Even if they give up a 3-star on defense, this is still a very close war.
Yeah, you don't want to put all the clones like all together.
Right.
You want to build a clone chain so that it's like an arm reaching out to the defenses that you want to get to, and that's what he does well there. He just landed up there. He made sure that it was very conservative with the first clone to make sure you get that initial wave of balloons to start to spawn, and as soon as that's a chain reaction through all the different clones, and it just nukes out the core of the base there. And who knows, maybe we'll see that return to Town Hall 16. Maybe we'll see that attack come back. I guess we'll see. But the meta's about to have a massive, massive shift here. So don't get too focused on specifically what they're using here, because everything is about to change there once we have Town Hall 16 drop in. And that's going to be here probably before we get to challenge at the current projections that we're looking at. So we'll see what happens there. But Ronnie X is in for 2 for this, and it looks like he's breaking out a super archer. I'm not sure which.
He did zap out that sweeper so he could push right through the middle here. So he's definitely going to go for the Town Hall, and he can get some really nice value. If he can get these raged up ground bows down, it is going to be super minions. Ooh, keep an eye on that tornado. Oh, keep an eye on the traps.
Oh, they're gone! Bash every single one of them! Well, all but one have been taken out there by the red air bombs, and that means the value of that, all the spells and you know what he should have done? He should have brought 4 clones and rage.
Oh man, Push saw that coming, and oh man, that was a crazy bait. We see that a lot where with the super minions, they find that red air bomb farm and it just devastates them. Now he's got to pretty much adapt the plan and full send for this Town Hall to save the 2-star. Too old for this. Oh man, they were looking to get back on the lead. Now it's going to be a tough one just to get this one back to 2.
Yeah, I gotta get there. The ice golems as well. The warden still chipping away there up by the eagle artillery. Oh, this is the world champion. I mean, world champion trying to get there, but she's gonna be intercepted. Luckily, she's not under too much damage. He puts in a baby dragon there to assist her a little bit, and he most importantly needs to get his heroes to go in and secure the top takedown. Got no wall breaks, which means he needs to get the pathing on the outside of the base there. The king could be trouble. Rage tower, dual ground expo. I mean, he's got his work cut out for him, and that Town Hall is definitely going to be very difficult to go down here when all of his hero abilities are. Is this a 1-star? Oh, rip. You gotta be kidding me.
Eric, look at that section where he tried to land. I don't know why he didn't go super archers there. Where he was going to land, it looks pretty safe. If he lands on the CC to the right of the CC, it looks like super archers would have been fine there. Cloned up, they could have gutted out that whole core. Very interesting play here for Ronnie going with the super minions. Maybe he saw something I don't, but I think super archers would have been fine, or maybe it was just the safer play in case he caught the tornado. I'm not sure there.
Well, he used all the extra spells to set it up there, so we didn't have enough spells to support a super archer bomb. He had enough spells to support a super minion bomb. And so the lack of spells, because he was trying to use the lightning to make sure that he could set it up properly to actually deliver the blimp, that extra investment made him kind of force his hand into super minions there. But a lot of bases are going to run a lot of red air bombs right behind the Town Hall. And so you always run that risk there. And that's why all the bases tend to like to put the super, or they're trying to stop super minions just by default, because that is generally the most optimal spot to put all the red air bombs.
Oh man, that is devastating. It did eventually catch the tornado. Oh, I guess there's bomb towers there, so you don't really want to put super archers into bomb towers anyways. So, but man, they saw it coming. They kind of almost baited that entry. Said use the super minions here. We'll give you the path, but once your super minions get in there, they're getting blown up. That's a tough one for Ronnie. Could have maybe went a little preemptive with the world champion as well. Could have maybe saved her. It's tough. You know, I'm sitting here at home at my desk just watching, just chilling. It's tough when you're in that situation to, you know, figure that out and save the 2-star, which unfortunately Ronnie doesn't. It's our first 1-star of the day, and that's going to put Too Old for This really behind, as Push also has a triple.
Yeah, I'm just imagine he's tosses his tablet down afterwards. He's like, I'm too old for this. Yep, just maybe right out the window. I don't know, one of the two, right?
Yeah, or out or across the room, something. You know, that's tough. But Royal Kings is going to be in next for Push, and we're going to have another. It looks to be super archer blimp here. Maybe could be super minions. We'll have to see. Double clone is selected. Use the warden ability to go all the way in here. Ooh, a little bit late on the freeze on the sweeper, but the blimp should get through here. Even if it catches a seeking air mine or two, it should be fine. And Viz goes down. Let's see what he goes with. It is super archers.
Yeah, I like that drop spot there. He's gonna get that invisibility tower triggered. He's gonna get the walls open. He's got super wizards and super archers inside of that blimp. And so he's gonna secure all the primary targets in the area. The big thing that he potentially would have liked to get there was the troops that he protected with the ward ability to go get that scatter shot down at the very bottom of the compartment there. So he's gonna leave that standing, but he's removed the key target, being that Town Hall. He's able to get the Climb Castle pulled. He's able to take out a lot of valuable targets in the area. He broke the ring of buildings all the way from the hole created all the way to the edge of the base there, so the pathing for the heroes is set. Like, he achieved all the primary functions of this attack, and now he just needs to march his heroes through, and most importantly, he needs to protect the heroes by sprinkling in super barbs as they make their way forward here. Push the heroes in the base, and then just trickle in Super Barbarians to provide tanking to minimize how much damage the heroes take as they make their way forward by just engaging all of those perimeter defenses.
And that's the key word that you said there, Eric. Trickle in those Super Barbarians. It's one of the toughest things to do with this tech. Everyone's like, oh yeah, Super Barge, it's so OP, it's so broken, it's so easy. Yeah, you gotta manage your assets really wisely here, and it looks like Royal Kings is off to a good start. Does have a lot of barbs on that top side, and trying to break those heroes a little bit further in, get that queen into that multi-target inferno. But those bows are just doing so much damage. The king will be forced to ability here shortly. There he goes to ability. And those barbarians are going to follow him in. All right, there we go. Nice little push through. Here comes the royal champion. He's got a pretty nice push through this base. If he can get through this queen and this last multi, this should be done for.
Yeah, keeps the queen under control there, so the world champion never got targeted. Very, very important right there. This queen's still alive, but nope, not for long. She goes down here, but there's no defensive heroes in the back end of the base here. Still got a couple super barbs. World champion going to be forced to ability here. Just watch for ground skellies in this area here, because the world champion should be able to engage the rest of the defenses one at a time, except for these battle builders. And oh, giant bombs. She's making a lot of resistance here. Yeah, she's getting shut down. She's not going to make it. She doesn't quite have the punch to pull through. And that means this was going to be ending at an 87%. And so it's the opportunity now for Too Old for This to be able to make up for their 1-star and maybe catch up in this war.
Man, it was looking really good there, then it just all faded really quickly. My bad, Royal Kings. I thought you had that one, but that's on me. I'll take the jinx on that one. But you're right, Too Old for This. They still have some really strong players on their team. They're pretty seasoned. I mean, they're too old for this, so they've been around for a while, but they have to get a triple here to give themselves a chance. 3 attack, well, this will be their 3rd attack. 3 attacks and 4 push, and they're up by 2 stars. If you can cut into that lead just a little bit here, that's what you're looking for. Percent isn't too bad, realistically. A 3-star puts this percentage back to just a little bit like 6% push lead. Get another 3-star after that, and the percentage is probably really close.
Trying to think of how too old for this is in esports, because I feel like a lot of the
how old are you, Eric?
Like the top esports teams are like all under 25.
Yeah, like
almost all the players who played in the world championship were all under 25, and then so maybe they're like 26 and they're starting to feel old. No.
Oh, yeah, just 26.
Yeah. I'm ancient in comparison. Like, I'm way too old for this, but you know, I was in esports in my 30s. You know, I got my time in, you know. But let's dive into Wheezy.
Look at the 7 healers, Eric. Are we gonna see a double walk here?
I like this a lot here, Bash.
So maybe a little warden walk, queen walk, recall. So probably recall the queen with a little walk here, bring her back just a little bit, and then maybe join her up with the warden to push through with the electro titans and super archers. At least that's my guess here.
Yeah. Okay. We got the Electro Titans that are going to be able to meet up with the heroes. I like this. The double hero charge to set up the funnel on both sides simultaneously. And he's got the slammer selected instead of using like a flame fling or something like that. So there's definitely some potential here. But the Warden just finished its funnel there while the Queen is just getting recalled out after she is able to get her part of the funnel formed. And we've seen people use this. This is actually becoming a pretty decently popular attack here pretty rapidly. And now we'll see if we can push his way forward here with this heroes and just give them the protection they need here as they broadside in the town hall.
He does have a really nice setup. Jump us in, so he'll have really good access. He's got those super archers in to support, and they should be able to stay back. Here comes that stone slammer you spoke of on the top side. Should be able to path in pretty nicely to the eagle. I don't see any Teslas or anything up there to throw it off. We get that push right through the middle. Ooh, look at that. Man, I love when the hound pops and the titans are right there and all the pups just disappear. Really, really strong push in here for Wheezy Baby going into the middle of the base. And here we go. Got to get to the town hall. Keeping an eye on where everything's going. We got some titans going to the town hall. Watch the healers. They're taking some damage. They caught a red air bomb there. Uh-oh, Eric. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Eric.
They're gonna don't do this again.
King's on the top side. Why isn't King in the middle? I guess funneling, huh? But he did a double one. Why not send the King with the main push there?
True. Or I guess the King could go in the backside there, but not if the town hall's not going down. I mean, he's still got a Queen ability. So, like, if the King of the World Champion clears the compartment, the Queen is gonna run out of targets very soon, and she would probably circle back to the town hall here. Like, he can still recover this. He can still get. Oh, Queen. Queen, now's not the best time to attack that wall. The world champion almost gets that expo down, which might have got her to
but look, the
redirect
battle
around.
builder healing it back up, so the Queen's going to sustain more damage. Oh, good. Oh, I think that freeze might have been early. Oh no! Oh no!
Wheezy. Oh man!
Oh boy!
He's gonna hear about this for a while, isn't he?
Eric, they're too old. For
They're
this,
too old for this. True. Well, they are definitely struggling here, and now they got 3 attacks in the board here, and a grand total of 4 stars. 4 stars. So they're struggling to say the least, as that town hall, it should have been ahead me with the way that he approached to the base there, but he's definitely just getting destroyed.
I'm still curious why he didn't send King through with the main push. I think if he sends King through there, could have maybe had King with ability under Warden, kind of set that pathing and set the push through the town hall. But with opting to send the King up top to support the Royal Champion, a really bold choice, and unfortunately doesn't work out for Wheezy, as it's another 1-star, and these guys are definitely too old for this. They're just having some fun, Eric.
Yeah, but Bash, honestly, I'm really surprised that ended up 1-star, because I would have
everything was
looked
right
at that plan, and the only thing that he could have changed there, I suppose, is putting the jump to be a little bit further off to the left to make so. Just to make so that extra compartment off to the right was not opened up, so
and that's what cost
options. Yeah, because he moved too far to the right there, and the slammer was already on his way in to go make up for that and go in and cut off the path in the right there and force them towards the town hall more. But I thought it was a good plan, and Wheezy says in the chat, he says, "Rip thought it was a good plan." Okay, so
I don't think it was a bad plan, to be honest. I think. And that's one of
the good plan too.
The little things we talk about in these types of wars is the spell placements make all the difference, but it's just those minor details. It's the little things that don't seem like a big deal that make the most impact. That jump spell opening up that one wall, or that one extra compartment, ends up costing him the 1-star. So now it's gonna be Tuco, and really Push can kind of just set it in cruise control here. They don't need to take any crazy risks. All the pressure is going to be on too old for the. Ooh, tries to invis to get the Queen go back. Let's see if she goes back after this takedown. Ooh, no, she's going to keep advancing. Once her into the eagle compartment, but she doesn't comply. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what he can do with what he's got going on now, because the artillery is going to be activating after he redeploys, and he's going to have to find a way to deal with it. But the Flame Flicker has done a good job of clearing out the very bottom quarter of the base there. It's going to engage that mortar soon, so he needs to have some tanking on standby. But the Queen, she needs to just get out of there. Get out of there. She needs to redeploy to the left side of the base there, and then get a push across the base here, and then secure the town hall, because he's got a nice little lane, a bowling alley, one might say, to be able to charge through that set of multi-infernos and then dump right into the town hall. But I am a little bit concerned when we get to the back side of the base there. Definitely keep a close eye on the defensive Queen, because if she starts shooting him over the wall, she could cause troops to veer north a little bit, and it could cause things to go off path. But I think he's going to be okay here, Bash.
All right, let's keep an eye on that as he pushes through. Queen is going to make her way in. Super Bowlers did bounce outside. Now they're trying to beat through this wall. They're going to go outside, so he's going to lose his Super Bowler to the top, but he still has King and some Titans and one more Super Bowler in the middle. Where is this King went all the way around to chase down that King, or the Queen rather. King will engage her, but now he's going to secure this Town Hall takedown. Oh no, now the King's going to go all the way back to re-engage that Queen. Oh, this one is just being rough for Tuco. That Queen just has him all over the place. Does get that Town Hall secured, and really that's all they need is those really safe 2-star plans. Still has some spell support. Queen is still up with some healers, so he can finish this pretty decently. Just that last little compartment there with the Mono, the King, and the Inferno are going to be pretty tough.
You know, I think this Queen is doing amazing, because she backtracked a little bit there, right at a very, very convenient time that made so that she did not just dump her the Town Poison.
Oh, look at
and she goes back around and she takes out the Expo, and now he's got a Queen ability, but he did lose his Rogue Champion to Monolith here, and so yeah, if he had a way to get through the Monolith and the King, then maybe he could pull through this here. But the Diggy transfers over to the Queen. She'll get the King out of the way here. A couple of those Super Bowlers stay alive, and it might just be a time fail here.
Yeah, I think you're right. With the Queen backtracking, ultimately she might have had enough. I don't know, there's a few cannons up there, but 92%. That's all they really need. They don't need to do anything crazy here. Get that safe 2. get a nice high percentage here, put all the pressure back over to 2-0 for this. Don't force any mistakes. I mean, we've seen that a couple times here for 2-0 for that. Just little details kind of costing them those 1 stars, and now Push is going to look to capitalize.
Yeah, they need to. I'd say if they just go for some safe 2 stars, like what Wheezy did, like that would look like a very safe plan there. Then that would be the win for them, right? But for whatever reason, you can have a plan be as safe as it possibly could look, and it can still end up with a 1 star. So you never know what's gonna happen. But obviously, it's looking very, very good here for Push right now, and all they can do is just play it safe. But sometimes playing it safe there is a little bit more difficult than it sometimes seems, and sometimes maybe that means you break out for a clone attack there or something. I don't know.
Wanho is in next, and it's going to be another super barge attack. Well, I'm assuming super barge. Ooh, balloons are working in here. Does freeze that sweeper nice. I thought they caught the tornado for a second, but I think it was just my eyes deceiving me. Oh, actually, it's going to be minions. Oh, but he misses the minions on the clone. Okay. Oh my goodness, he just wasted all of his spells, Eric.
Hey, this looks very, very reminiscent of what happened earlier. They go for 1 star number 3, man.
They're too old for this, bro.
All right, well, this is quickly turning into a little bit of a meme war here.
These poor guys, man. All right, Wanho's going to look to bring this, and this is going to be a tough Town Hall takedown. Look at everything around that Town Hall, and there's probably 3 ice golems in that CC. I don't think they pulled out, so as he gets closer, he's going to have to deal with that. This is going to be a really, really tough task. The spells were just a little bit off, and then that sweeper pushes. Tough break.
Yeah, he's just going to use Super Barbarians, heavily invested into making sure the heroes have a path to the Town Hall. He's going to need a little bit more up top there. He throws in the ice golem. And he will get the Teslas out of the way there, and he's going to set up the pathing for his queen to go to the Town Hall. Maybe even will invest the king into that. I guess maybe the king goes into the defensive king. I'm not sure which, but probably just more super barbs in the defensive king, because they can handle the shots there for the model a little bit easier. But the king does go in there, and unless the queen has a direct path to go in there and secure the Town Hall takedown. So no triple 1 stars. I mean, that is one way to get a triple on the board, but not the kind you want to see here.
That's savage, Eric. That is super savage. Just needs a few more buildings here, and this will be the 2 star secured, but they really needed the 3 star after the 2 missteps on their 1 star attacks. Yeah, this has just been a tough war for these guys, and you know, it happens like that. This is still upper bracket, so remember, they're not going to be eliminated. They'll still be able to go down to lower bracket, still have a chance to qualify for challenge. They just gotta, you know, maybe fix. I mean, on Wheezy's, it was just 1 minor detail. The other plan was just a few bad things, you know.
A little bit unlucky. Yeah, one was baited. The other one looked like it was a good plan there, and then it just ended up veering off there. Just like two tiles shift of a jump spell probably would have made all the difference in the world there. But excuse me.
You good? You good?
Dying over here.
Eric's too old for this, guys. Eric's too old for this as well. Yeah. Oh, watch this. Just a little bit off on the clone. Oh man, and then that sweeper. Once those minions come out, like the sweeper sees them for just a split second before they get under the invis cloak, and that's how they get pushed there. Again, it's just a game of tiles. 1 tile to the left, and he gets the clone, and he's probably getting the Town Hall and set up really nicely. But unfortunately, Wanho has to readapt and YOLO everything at the Town Hall to save the 2 star. They've got to be frustrated, I think, on this one for sure. But they're pretty seasoned. They can bounce back, you know, make some moves. There's always the next war, Eric.
There is indeed. I'm over here choking on my my tea.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, Push is in a good spot here. I mean, the fact that they won the previous war here, that they're into the round 2 of the upper bracket here, and that does set them up nicely to be able to. If they take this win here, then they just need to get into tomorrow. I think I would assume they only need to win 1 match tomorrow, maybe, to be able to get into challenge, maybe 2. I'm not exactly sure how the bracket collapses there.
I think they would need to win 2 because it's going to be 4 from upper and 2 for lower. So I think they'll go down. Yeah, I think they'll need to win 2 tomorrow. Champ's going to come in with his clones. Talk about a safe plan, Eric. He's going to run this clone right over top of the Town Hall, take that bad boy down. No invis, so there's going to be no issues taking that Town Hall down. Then just run these dragons right on through here. This is probably the safest of safe plans that you can have. And we've seen Champ and Push. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's safe. I told you it was safe.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You just gotta. Now, I agree with this attack right now. Like, you just gotta, like, using a bunch of clones around the town hall. Like, it's pretty much a guaranteed town hall takedown. Whether you get the extra value to be able to set up the rest of the attack that are going to go through for a triple is another story. But it's definitely about as safe as you can get there for a town hall takedown. And I'll be real with you. When I'm out there farming, I like to break this attack out just when I'm feeling extra lazy, and I just want to I'm just going out there to get some safe 2 stars, and I don't want to think about it too much, you know. And when I'm feeling too old for this, you know.
If the war was on the line and I had an attacker to go to from NA, I would pick Champ or Eric and just send them with a drag clone. I mean, it works. They get the 2-star every time. Like, if that's all we need is a 2-star, send these guys in with the attack they know how to 2-star with, you know. Go lock up this war, move forward, and just keep pushing.
Yeah, exactly. I see what you did there.
Yeah, you like that?
He said the word, guys. He said the word. He said their name. It was clever.
Oh, we're goofballs, Eric. But Champ sets its own nicely here. It's 69% giggity, and it's going to be a victory for this push squad. Too old for this. We'll move down to the lower bracket where they'll have to play and fight to survive. They're going to have to clean up a little bit of those mistakes and try to win a couple to move on to challenge.
Yeah, we'll see if they can end on a high note here. Let's see if they can get up to hopefully 9 stars. They can get if they get up to 9 stars here. Like they definitely had a rough war here. They did a very, very rough war to say the least. But they can still at least end on a high note here and hopefully get us into a triple for the final attack here. And then we'll just have to see what other teams wait in the wings here for the final war of the day.
Yeah, and we'll have a nice little finish to our days. We'll see 50 Thieves going up against Method to Madness, so that'll be coming up as our 4th war. I think that one's going to be a really nice, might even be our highlight war of the day. But both these teams will still be alive and fighting. And if I'm correct here, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this moves push on to qualify for challenge. So a really huge war for them.
We're gonna see the bracket. Yeah,
I'm sure we'll take a look at it with Falcone when he comes back. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be the 4 from the upper. I think if you win twice, you're in. Maybe I'm wrong, you know, because our format is a little bit different these past couple seasons, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm thinking we start with 16 teams. It goes
down to 8, down to 4. And then those 4.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah. I think you might. Yeah. That might be working.
This is why they keep me here with you, Eric, to keep you in line, buddy.
You're so smart, Bash. You're so smart.
You know, after I had the Bash math gaff, you know, I had to really step things up and, you know, be analytical and fix things. So we're all good. We're all good here. But
all right. Well, it sounds like we just got word that the last attacker there is just going to forfeit their last attack there. Fair so enough. It is going to be, it was out of reach there by a long shot. It would have been nice to see them go out on a high note here, but they're just going to save it for the next war and move down a lower bracket. And
Eric, he might have had to get to bed. He might be too old for this, you know?
That's true.
It's getting late here.
It's after 9. Yeah. So it might be his bedtime.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10 p.m. here on the Eastern time zone, so it might be about bedtime if you're too old for this.
But I mean, warm glass of milk and call it a day, right?
You know, just tip your cap and bow out and gracefully reevaluate, come back tomorrow, and hopefully have a better day. You know, some of these guys have jobs. Tomorrow is a work day, so you know, rather than stay up and stress out over this last attack, get some rest up for tomorrow, come back at it, and hopefully get into challenge that way.
The chat likes our too old for this joke, so cheers, chat. You know, that's what we're talking about.
I mean, if there's one thing we're good at, it's dad jokes. Let's be honest. That's I think that's the only reason they keep us around is our dad jokes.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it for a minute there, but yeah, okay, well, you said 50 Thieves is our next matchup here.
Right, 50
and
Thieves
we talked about we saw them play earlier, and they did. If you're right, then that's a team that took out a team stacked with pro players. They put up 12 stars, and they could definitely put up a good fight here in this next matchup. And who did you say you think their opponent is?
They're going up against Method to Madness, which I'm looking up their roster right here. So it should be a...
Dude, Method of Madness almost made it to challenge last season. Like, they were in the same, like, tiebreaker running there that, like, United Gaming Nebula was in. So, like, if they could have another chance to go to challenge here, like I would definitely be keeping a very close eye out for Method of Madness as well. So we definitely have, I said definitely like way too many times there, but we definitely have a very good matchup coming here.
Looking at Method of Madness roster, it is some familiar names there. I see Stamus on there, Lord Kirk, Boon. So they definitely have some familiar names. This should be a pretty good war. We saw what 50 Thieves can do. So this one should be a pretty interesting war, which that'll be coming up next, guys. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with our fourth and final war of the night. You guys are watching the Snapdragon Pro Series.
Welcome to the place where dreams come true, where everything you want can be yours, if and only if you're willing to work for them. You're willing to hurt for them, but most of all, you're willing to be first for them. Ha! Look, I'm going straight to the top. I don't know how it would stop, like it or not. I got some goals that I'm hitting. You hear what I'm spitting? It's hot. Look what I got. Whole lot of passion and pain. The road to success is insane. Stay out my lane, cause I'm on a mission. I'm getting what stands in my way. Yeah, I'm a beast. I wouldn't play with me, baby. The way that I'm training is crazy, and I do it daily. You wanna talk about drive? I got more drive than Mercedes. I've never been lazy. I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete? Well, get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Ha. Yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Ha. Yeah, I gotta be first. Look, I don't want anyone's sympathy. I understand what it's meant for me. I give my focus and energy. If it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. But mentally, I'm undefeated. They hear that and say I'm conceited. Like there's no reason. Like I don't beat them and come back again just to teach them that when you work under pressure, you reach higher measures. They'll try and bring you down, but you cannot let them, and only get better and focus on cheddar. Eye on the prize and you'll become a legend. Like, when I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete? Well, get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Ha. Yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Ha. Yeah, I gotta be first. They don't know what's gotten into me, how'd I turn pain into energy. Through all the struggle and hurt, remember my worth, and that's why I gotta be first.
The Snapdragon Pro Series powered by Samsung Galaxy is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, Monster Energy, and DHL.
Well, look at that. We are 3 matches in with 1 to go, and the qualifications have started. What are the highlights here, Eric? What's going on?
Well, I'm looking at the rosters or the brackets here, and I'm seeing that Push did confirm our first position for challenge with that win there. So the first team has moved on, and as you can see, there's still plenty more matches to play through here between today and tomorrow. But the next matchup is going to be that 50 Thieves versus Method of Madness match, and you can see a lot of popular North American teams there across the boards, and have also positioned themselves very, very nicely to make it a challenge themselves. So this next one is definitely stacked here, Bash.
Yeah, Eric, one thing I'm noticing is you don't want to be called the favorite by Eric. The jinx is real.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. I try not to do it, but it happens.
Both times tonight, bud. Both times tonight. You're on fire with the jinxes.
Yeah. What can you do? What can you do? I try my best there to call a favorite, but that's also gonna, like, it tends to hurt the teams more than help them. So maybe I just need to zip it up.
This feels like a clapback for the bash mouth situation going on here.
Yeah, that's what we do. You know, Falcone, you haven't worked with us yet. We just give it to each other all day. Just have a little bit of fun, and you know, we got a nice circuit. These teams are really fun to watch as well. So it kind of just fits the whole theme here, bud.
Well, I've definitely been enjoying it so far from my end. Has the day sort of met your expectations so far, Eric?
We've seen some funky things here, but we tend to see some funky things when we see new teams entering into esports. And honestly, I think that's one of the cool things about Snapdragon. Like, I know I started esports in the Snapdragon, and it's a nice entry point there for a lot of people who are interested in just dipping their toes in and trying it out there. And then every once in a while you see some very, very talented players pop up there, and then even if the rest of the team bails out and decides it's not for them, then they get recruited onto other teams. It's just a great way to start. So you see some new blood, you see some new strategies, and you see some interesting things popping up all the time.
I am being told that the next match is actually ready to go. So the final match of the day starts now. Take it away, guys.
Here we go, Eric. It's going to be a 50 Thieves going up against Method of Madness, and something you kind of spoke to, and we've talked about this in previous seasons. We see a lot of teams, but Eric, the cream will rise to the top, brother, every season. Yeah. Method of Madness, Boon, Seaman, Grom, Stay Away, John, and Lord Kirk. These guys are definitely well seasoned, but I wouldn't write off their opponents as we saw them come out very strong.
Yeah, the 50 Thieves, we already saw them play once today, and they were able to take down another team with a whole bunch of pros. And I don't even know if I want to say one team was a favorite, because
don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Let's just let them play. Don't Eric jinx.
Yeah, I'll try not to. I'm not going to make a prediction on this one. I made predictions on the other ones, and I'm going to say that the teams are evenly matched. That's how I will negate all potential jinx and make sure that these teams are playing on even.
I'm so sorry for whichever team he's actually thinking of, because you could see in his eyes he's actually thinking one team is the favorite here.
No, it's blank behind these eyes today, Bash. There's nothing going on there. Absolutely nothing.
All right, but let's go ahead and hop into the action. It's going to be Gator with the Super Barge. We saw Gator come out in the last war and set the tone early with a 3-star, our first war of the day. They're opening the show, closing the show for us. Let's see if we can get some more fireworks, and let's see where it decides to go in. This one has a lot of options. Last time he kind of went in where this would be the 6 o'clock position on this base and got quite a bit of value, but with the double sweeper there, it's going to be tough. All right, he runs in a few of the barbs. I think he's going for that 6 o'clock position. He's gonna have to fight the sweepers, but if he can get through there, it could be good. Ooh, no warden either.
Yeah, no warden here. Does okay, he's got the wall break there, so he's able to get it open a little bit. He can. Oh, he used a giant bomb. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit baited right there, and that's a probable area for a bait as well, because like you're dropping into the area of the base there that people would typically send hogs into, so you're gonna see a lot more giant bombs on the side of the base there, opposite of the Eagle artillery, and he's still gonna clear out Just kidding. He's not going to clear out the Eagle Artillery Bash.
Yeah, you really, like you talked about previously, Eric. You want to get one of those high priority things, whether it be the Eagle Artillery or the Town Hall. Leaving both up makes this for a tough task. Didn't really get the depth into that blimp that he was looking for, and that's one thing when you don't use that Warden ability. And maybe it was for the better on this one with the double sweeper kind of pushing back at him, so maybe it was the right call, but it's still tough not getting either of those down. Nice wall breaks to push the heroes further in, and the King's taking the lead here.
It feels like a little bit forced on this base here to try to make that entry that he did, and we'll just have to see if it can work out for him here, buddy. I'm kind of wondering if it would have been better to just go with like a top side angle there and go to the Town Hall with the blimp more directly. But at a bare minimum, we wanted the artillery down there with his blimp, and he just needs to get the Queen to go secure the town takedown. The Queen is supported by the border right there. They are. They're gonna go off in the wrong direction here. Okay, backup mode. Make sure you secure the town takedown at absolutely all costs. Make sure that building goes down.
He threw in those wall breaks kind of unnecessarily, or maybe he was planning on sending the World Champion at the Town Hall this whole time, as that Rage Tower did already go off, so he doesn't have to worry about that. World Champion will be able to secure the Town Hall. He's just going to run up some percentage here. Oh man, I don't think this went the way.
Freeze. Oh.
No, he's good. I don't think that's what the way Gator was hoping for, but still, this will run up to 80%, which is still what we've seen so far. That's still pretty respectable and manageable here in this tournament.
Yeah, like that last Super Barbarian going on the already weakened Archer Tower, able to clear that out of the way there. Last couple troops over the left side, gonna try to get past that Expo, but it is not gonna happen right there. It's an 82%, and I mean, that's not bad, all things considered, because if you have your blimp fail, if you had the blimp fall short and then land onto a giant bomb, and then you lose some super archers and the other ones don't get the access they need, then you're gonna struggle no matter what you do here. But if you can at least climb their percentage up there, then you're gonna be all right there. And just secure the tunnel takedown is the #1 priority. And then the Super Barbarians tend to get a lot of percentage even when things go wrong, because they're not necessarily worried about taking out those most internal heavy defenses, but they can pick up a lot of the easier outside perimeter buildings that are gonna get you a lot of percentage of the board.
Yeah, one barb can easily take down a gold mine, elixir collector, anything like that. So even though that one didn't go Gator's way, 82% is still very respectable. Of course, you know, you want to start with the 3-star and get that right momentum off. Now, Method of Madness, we haven't seen them on broadcast yet. Obviously, they did win earlier today, so we'll have to see what they come out with, what they're using. I still expect to see a lot of super barb attacks. Even in the World Finals this past week, we saw tons of super barbs, but it looks like we're going to start off with Kevin going with a zap into Electro Titan, setting us up with a water walk. Oh, okay, there we go. Monolith goes down. I was a little bit worried he missed, but he zapped out both sides. Actually, very, very wise of him.
Yeah, and if I remember right, I'm trying to remember back to what the stat lines looked like for Method Madness last season, and I want to say they were hitting right around a 40% hit rate there, maybe like 35 to 40 right in there somewhere. And so I would anticipate they'll probably put up a 12-star victor, a 12-star performance in this warhead, maybe not victory. We'll see. But that means that that would be the mark there for 50 Thieves to be able to hit as well. And if they can just match their average, then they could definitely be competitive here. But I like the setup here using lightning to wipe out all the defenses. The core of the water walk is able to just walk in, get the Eagle Artillery down, and use the Eagle Artillery as the connection point to the hole created by the lightning. And now the pathing looks pretty seamless to cross around the town hall, and the blimp will go in and secure the town hall, because notice that center compartment, the only building that the super archers and the queen cannot reach in the core of the base there is the town hall. So if it's out of the way, then they can just stay in the outer ring and they can just walk the loop around.
Ooh, catching some sweeper action, catching the tornado trap. Now the Yetis take down the town hall. I was a little bit worried with that tornado. It might have pulled them away. They may have went to a different defense, but they do hang in there. Now we got the Titans working through, getting through these ice golems. King does go to Phoenix fighting the enemy king, but the queen bounced to the outside here, so things kind of split on him here. Oh man, he needs to bring it all back together. No wall breaks or anything to kind of reconnect, but he does also have a few hogs that get sent in for support a little bit later as the world champion now joins the party.
Did the queen go to the outside of the base there intentionally? Because I saw her float around on the right flank there for quite a while, and I kind of wonder if he put her out there intentionally, or which is definitely could be the possibility here, because he might just want the healers to stay on the super archers here to keep on marching through. But there's still a lot of base on the backside here, and this queen is not built. She can get a couple defense from the outside, but she's not doing a lot on the inside. We're gonna throw in those hogs on the backside and try to get something back there, but they're a little bit early. Maybe we should have waited for
quite a
more
bit
troops
early.
to arrive, but I don't think there's anything you can do here. I know, you know, I'm thinking now that queen was supposed to be on the inside, and the fact that she was on the outside was probably a mistake there, and that mistake is that it cost him the firepower that he needs it where he needs it.
Yeah, I didn't see. I was keeping an eye on the blimp, so I don't know if the queen intentionally was dropped there, or if maybe like some skeletons pulled her out or something, or, you know, little breadcrumbs pulled her out there. Either way, they are still going to take the lead by 8 buildings, as 50 Thieves got their 82% from Gator, and Kevin here gets a 90%. So they will take that early lead, but it leaves the door wide open for either of these teams on the next attack to really take a commanding position with the triple.
Yeah, nice blimp here. It did meet some resistance there with some traps. A couple tornado trap plus the giant bombs. But ultimately, it's a pretty safe way to secure a talent takedown if you invest a rage into it. But yeah, he just played it safe there. Look at the rage. I'm trying to figure out exactly how he plays the rage there, because sometimes they'll put the rage like centered on the town hall to make so that even though the tornado trap drags the Yetis around there, no matter which angle the Yeti might throw, they still end up getting raged and hit the town hall. And so he just needed to play it a little bit safe there, and it is tough when you're fighting the anti-2-star bases. And if we see a lot of anti-2-star bases, then you're going to have to be very, very conservative with making sure that town hall goes down. And if your only plan to get the town hall down is a blimp, and the blimp fails, then you're kind of in a tough spot.
Zap Wallow here for JZ600, setting up the pathing really nicely. Gonna kind of break this up a little bit with a few balloons, taking out the Archer towers on the exterior. Let's see if we have the heroes dive in towards the enemy queen here, towards the eagle. I thought he might have set the heroes a little bit lower, but it looks like he's going to try to push them into this eagle compartment with the log launcher.
Interesting choice. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I honestly don't know.
I think the heroes.
I'm not sure, but I feel like as long as they
maybe
they stay together, I'm okay with it. Yeah. Because as long as they stay together and they don't split, and the oh. But you know what? Maybe if they split and go after both of the scatter shots, then it's okay, you know?
Like, you see that Valkyrie spinning in the tornado? That was kind of cool. Scatter shots getting through there. Queen's going to have a problem here, though. As she's going to come out of the building and pop this hound. Does get the poison down. Oh, there she goes. She goes down. King went to Phoenix already. Oh, this is going to be a tough Lalo for JZ600. He really, in my opinion, didn't get as much as he was looking for. I think he's just setting up the safer Lalo over the town hall just to take that down now. As we see the balloons being deployed, the warden will go in with them. He does have a rage, so getting the town hall down isn't going to be really the issue. It's just going to be running up that percentage.
I think he's got it pretty well under control here. He's still sitting on a skeleton spell that he can deal with the backside defensive road champion. He throws that skeleton spell wide outside, so it stays away from Multi Inferno, puts in the head on that side, pushes his way through the town hall. Just need to get this Multi Inferno under control. Yeah, I think he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, maybe I panicked a little bit. And he's still got some work to do. This multi's doing a lot of damage to him, but he's going to ultimately be able to force through here. All right.
Yeah.
Looked a little bit crazy there, but you're right. He's going to be fine. Is this going to triple? Is this?
Yeah, I think he's got it.
It's going to triple?
Yeah.
All right, Jay-Z. I thought with the multi and everything still up there. Oh, look at all. Oh, the red air bombs all go to the owl. If they go to the balloons, he might have been done for. That pack of balloons is weakened. They need to get this Archer Tower. If he gets the Archer Tower, he's good.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's got it.
Eric, how come you jinx like the most obvious of calls, and then these close ones it's good, and all right, whatever. All right, Jay-Z. Eric had faith in you. I guess I didn't. That's my bad. Jay-Z. Nice attack. And that's what I was talking about, though. 1 3-star. And one of these teams can really take the lead. Now it's going to be on Method to Madness to respond. This one, I don't know, it felt all over the place to me. It kind of felt disjointed. That's why I kind of wrote it off early here. But the World Champion does get just enough. The Lalo set up nicely. It's a triple.
Yeah, I mean, if the only compartments that the town hall has to take down are the town hall compartment and then an already mostly taken down other compartment, like other quadrant, then it's not too bad here. He had a plan for the road champion. He just needed to close his way to the multi-inferno off the town hall, and that's pretty much all he had to do. That was the biggest kicker there, was just reach the town hall, survive it close out, past it, and take the multi afterwards. And he says he had a plan for everything else there, and his heroes, even though they did seem to approach into like a weird spot of the base there, they got all the primary targets. They got at least one of the defensive heroes down, they got one of the multis down, they got both of the scatter shots, the eagle, the CC under control. Like, honestly, that was pretty well set up there, and it definitely showed at the end there when he still pulled off with the triple.
Yeah, for me, it just like felt like really compartmentalized. I think that's why I was looking at it a little bit weird, because you kind of had that little hero dive, and then you had the RC kind of doing her own thing there. But it works out ultimately for him. I mean, the RC did exactly what she needed to. The Lalo was set up nicely, stuck with it, got a little bit of lucky there with the owl pulling all those red air bombs so the balloons could finish off the Archer Tower. But sometimes it's better to be a little lucky there on the back end of the base. Now it's going to be all the pressure on Grom as we have a hog attack here with some super barbs. All right, so maybe a hero dive into hogs. I don't see any enough invis for a Skelly Donut or anything like that. Okay, so maybe hero dive hogs here?
Well, he's also got a single earthquake here, and if we can get enough logs around to like mostly take down a defense, that we can hit it with the earthquake right afterwards and finish it off. But if we're gonna use an earthquake and we're gonna use it deep in the base there, then we can also get the walls open a little bit easier as well. But the big thing that we need to be thinking about here is that there are already battle builders at the area where we want to hit with the earthquake. Then we want to delay the earthquake until we actually start dealing damage and the battle builders start to repair. Then we can hit it. There we go. He's gonna pop the earthquake right there, and it hits actually all 4 expos, the clan castle and the monolith. So honestly, a really, really high value earthquake right there. But it doesn't destroy any of the defenses. But for one spell, like if you just have an extra spell there, you don't really know what to do with it, then hitting a lot of extremely high value targets like that all together, all very, very high defense or HP targets as well, then now this log launcher is going to be able to go all the way towards the town hall compartment, and the town hall's activated so the hogs get targeted. So it's a pretty well set up attack here, Bash, and he got good value of the heroes.
Hogs are going to make their way into the Town Hall. Warden ability does go off here to protect. He does leave that multi on the backside. We'll have to see if that comes back to be a factor, but something needs to go to this Town Hall as he has the Hogs working through there. Warden ability fades off, and the Hogs are starting to fade out. Poison Lizard's working in there. There we go. Town Hall takedown is successful. Now that Queen is just working on these Hogs. Poison Lizard steps over. All right, this one's fading out a little bit. Does have that multi over there on the far side. The Queen is still working through the bottom. I just don't think she's going to have enough to get through the remainder of this base. A really interesting approach from Grom. You said it, that spell did get a lot of value, just not enough firepower to get through the middle, though.
Yeah, needed the Queen. So, okay, the Queen's on the right side of the base there. Maybe if she was on the inside of the base and was able to hit up the multi-infernos, get the assistance for the Yetis that came out of the log launcher to get the defense
like send her with the
way
log
there.
launcher, what you mean?
Maybe pick up another scatter shot or two. Like I think that Queen not being on the inside of the base there really, really hurt him pretty heavily there. And obviously, you take one of your highest damage troops in the army and you put her into the non-defensive structures on the outside of the base, then you're gonna struggle no matter what you do here.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Especially, I mean, it was a really heavy kill squad anyways. You throw the, oh, she walks on him, okay.
Yeah, she walked on him.
Yeah, I did see that.
That was a massive problem.
Yeah, okay, so that's the issue there. Queen walked out the side on him. I was keeping an eye on everything in when you were talking about the earthquake and stuff. I didn't see the Queen snuck out on him. I think it was a good plan. If that Queen goes in the middle, I think he's set up a lot more for success there. Just an unfortunate one for Grom, but with that being said, this is going to push 50 Thieves lead, not only on stars, but now on percentages. They're up 12% and that 1 star. So if they can continue to get some triples on the board, they're going to look to move forward to challenge phase if they get this victory.
Yeah, I mean, that's where you want to be there. If you can claim one of those 8 spots, then not only does you get to go play some more. You're not just eliminated, but you also get more prize money as well. So like, it's all good there. One step closer to be in the top 4 there. I don't even know if we have a LAN event at the end of this or not. I haven't even heard. I hope we do. But we had a lot of other seasons there, so who knows? So I guess we'll find out soon enough, huh?
Eric calling, I want to land. I want to
land.
I mean, LAN Clash is a lot different than online Clash. Let's be honest. You get crowd involved, you get fans involved, you get your teammates involved with the live support. It's definitely a different atmosphere here. But Sun Tzu for 50 Thieves is in next. It's going to be Super Archers into the Super Barbarians, or simply Super Barge. Going with a nice safe approach here. Taking down the Town Hall, just going to gut out this initial compartment here. Oh, look at all those archers firing. If you can get through this Rage Tower, get a little bit more value, this is going to be set up pretty nicely as that whole compartment is pretty much taken out.
It would have been nice if the arrows that went and hit that multi-inferno down by the king were able to actually take it down there, because that multi stays standing. He gets a partial CC pull here, and I guess with the talent down, he can start to charge the Eagle Artillery. That's his #1 priority here, get the Eagle Artillery down. But he also needs to get the Monolith under control here, and the Monolith is kind of in a tricky spot where he doesn't have access to it. If he puts the Royal Champion to the Monolith, then she will be intercepted by the Clan Castle troops, and then also get dumped right into the defensive Queen. So he's got to find an answer for it, and I'm not seeing a clear answer for it here, and I'm a little bit concerned about what that Monolith is going to do.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Remember that Monolith deals more damage based on the troops' hit points. So higher hit point units like the heroes tend to take significant damage, and that's why we see the Monolith just shut down hero charges into the base. Still does have a ton of barbarians, but with that Monolith just firing away, now Eagle shots coming in. This is tough. Warden goes down, Queen goes to abilities. She's trying to get out of range of the Monolith, but she just can't escape it right now. And I think Sun Tzu's just going to look to kind of bounce this one back and get as much percent as he can as that Queen goes down. And he's still got tons of barbs, Eric, so he can run this percentage up probably mid-70s, even low 80s if he's done right here. But man, that mono played a huge factor.
Yeah, I gotta just keep it under control here. Like, they're still doing fine in this war here. Just gotta get the percentage up here. Can't give up on attack. And it, like, that Monolith and the Eagle Artillery, obviously both of them are the two hardest hitting defenses on the base. They are potentially the most difficult ones to push your heroes through to preserve their HP, because they just hit so hard. And you gotta have the protection in the right places there. You gotta get into them rather quickly, because if they keep on hammering away, then you're gonna take way too much damage on the approach, and then you're gonna be in this situation right here. But he at least is gonna climb the percentage up to looks like 72. And we'll see if that's it up there as they pass it back to Method of Madness, and we'll see if they can get a triple on the board.
The door is open. Method of Madness with the 3-star here will take a commanding position. 72%. That one did not go Sun Tzu's way. Now let's just speak in hypotheticals for a moment, if you will. If Method of Madness can get a triple here, they are going to shift this war. Not only will they tie it up, but they'll go up on 16%. And this late in the war, that could be massive. So this is a huge attack coming up for Method of Madness in their 3 spot. Let's see what they bring to the table. Just unfortunate for Sun Tzu. That one, it seemed like a good start, but just those little details, the little things like leaving up a mono and your heroes getting stuck there, it just ate those heroes alive.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if the Super Archers even had a chance to take that Monolith down. I don't think they really did. Like, they didn't really have a shot line up there. They weren't able to get close enough to it. Maybe it was just a little bit of an oversight there, which it can happen. It's hard to account for everything. These bases are enormous, and it's just it's hard to break it all down there. You got so many different major threats there, and the Monolith is obviously a very, very big one. And you got to make sure that at a bare minimum is accounted for. The Town Hall is accounted for. There's just too many things. There's too many things here. Really, that's why Town 50 is so hard.
Yeah, they're poison spell towers, rage towers, poison towers, whatever they might be set on. Monolith, Eagle, Town Hall, CC. There's a lot that goes into it. Seaman is up next, and Eric, this is an attack we don't see a ton. A traditional Queen charge hybrid here, taking it back to what, like Town Hall 12, Town Hall 13 days, where this one kind of got popularized.
Yeah, I like this taking out this Archer Tower with the rocket pose on the top side, getting that Rage Tower pre-triggered. Now, if the Rage Tower is pre-triggered, then he could put in a hero up into that compartment with the King. But this Queen is going to make her way towards the Town Hall compartment, and she can reach the Expo over the wall there. The Expo is going to have its Rage faded. Oh, I like that a lot there, because he not only set the funnel, but that Rage Tower pre-trigger, was that intentional? It might have been. I don't know. So it felt intentional, but I mean, he's got the funnel at the same time. It's a nice icing on the cake there if it wasn't intentional, but the queen makes her way directly in, secures the tower takedown, and makes her healers go invisible. But get back to the tower. Oh, come on, queen. Okay.
Watch the healers.
All right.
Okay, it was just one heal.
Oh, no. Method of Madness in trouble now, Bash.
He's still fine. He's but he's kind of panicking a little bit. Don't panic here, C-Man. Don't panic, bud. Your queen's fine. You still got healers up. Just stick with it. He's setting up the hybrid with the king and the siege barracks up top. He's going to go ahead and commit that hybrid, and as the clock is ticking away, you definitely don't want to get caught up on time. He's going to go ahead and send in the hybrid right through there, get to those enemy heroes, use the Warden and the Royal Champion in here. I was looking to see if he used the Warden ability. A lot of times you see that Warden ability go in really early on this attack, but he's holding it to the middle of the base and trying to push everything through. Queen finally does get through that Town Hall. Let's see if he's got enough gas to get through it.
Yeah, she's going down though. Watch the healers. Maybe we can get a safe transfer over to the hogs. We got more hogs coming out of the siege barracks. Gonna reinforce from the, I guess they're gonna move over to the Eagle artillery. And the Royal Champion will keep on cutting across the core of the base here. But I'm looking at defensive heroes on the backside. I see the Royal Champion looming ahead. The healers do get on the hogs, and the hogs are going to give some flank support there for the Royal Champion, but he needs more hogs in for the right side. He pops the RC ability, and she'll be the first to engage the defensive Royal Champion, and that is never what you want. You got to have some other troops out in front of her. And unfortunately, the delay of the troops that were far off to the right there were not able to stay out in front of her, so he does end up losing her. But I mean, after losing the queen, he's got a decent amount of percentage here, but it's not going to go through for a triple.
Yeah, he needed that Poison Lizard to get over there in time, but Poison Lizard was kind of trailing behind. Does still have a few miners working through there. Oh, the Wizards come over and take out the Royal Champion, but a little too late here. It's going to be a respectable percent, so this will actually swing the percentage back in their favor, although they trail on stars. So if they can get a triple at any point in this war, they'll be good. Yeah, if my math, it's bash math, if my math is correct, they are actually up 1 percentage point now with that 85% compared to the 72 from Sun Tzu. So Method of Madness needs to get on board with the 3-star. Counter to that, if 50 Thieves can get a 3-star and kind of push that star lead, they don't have to worry about the percent being a factor.
Wow, so we got a very close war here, to say the least. So 7-6 now with percentage advantage into the team that is down on stars. So I like that. I like to see that because it does make the back end of the war here a little bit more exciting, because now it could be a big swing there in an instant if we see an exchange that goes in the favor of Method of Madness. So always like to see that, but Method of Madness has struggled here against the bases so far, and we, like I said, I think last season they were running somewhere between 35 and 40% hit rate, if my memory is correct. And so I'd like to see them hit that. They still can. They can still get 2 triples on the board and this war is strong. And that means that the pressure's on to 50 Thieves to continue to hold their lead here as we dive into Prototype's end. And he got the triple with this exact attack last time we saw them play earlier in the night. So Super Dragons is going to broadside the base here, and his spell placement was absolutely amazing on his attack earlier on. But can he do it again, Bash?
Missed a couple of the dragons in the Warden ability here. That could be a little bit of a mistake. They didn't take too much damage. They're going to be able to fight through here, and it looks like he's going to push right through this Town Hall. We'll have a late Stone Slammer coming in. Look at that. The Queen is already in with the King over there on the left-hand side to support. Balloons will have no issue taking this Town Hall down, but now all the balloons are going to be down. Oh, he's not getting that strong push through the middle like on the last one, and Queen might even pull his clanker. Okay, no, Queen's going to bounce out here. Nice. So if this dragon gets this CC, which it should, he shouldn't have to worry about what I'm presuming is ice golems that are in there.
Yeah, look at that. He got a lot of the biggest threats out there. The Slammer gets out the Eagle Artillery. The Queen is staying safe and building attack. King pops the ability, gets a bunch of Barbarians spawned up there, and another freeze. A nice range of freeze right there. Get that dragon to go get the multi-inferno gem. The dragon is oh, and the other dragon takes out the Expo. Looking really good here, Bash. I think he's got it under control.
Oh my, Prototype is just on another level with these super dragons. He's found something with this attack that is just crushing. We haven't seen this kind of domination with super dragons, I don't think, yet at all, and I haven't seen it. Queen goes to ability to take down the enemy Queen. He's going to go ahead and fight through here, try to get through this scatter shot. But this is going to be another GG for Prototype. It's another 3-star. Proto, the super drag whisperer.
Yeah, I mean, very, very nicely done here. And once again, we saw it in the last attack there, where this attack is extremely fast-paced, and so you have to be on point with your spell placement. And he was. He saw every opportunity to push the dragons through key defenses. He had his freezes in the right spot. He had his rages in the right spot, and he's able to keep it under control here. And look at this. Look at the dragons that were down by the border, but that one dragon that went to the clan castle broke off and went over to that ground expo at the top of the base there, which massively reduces the damage onto the queen, the world champion, for the far back end of the base there. And just taking off those expos is a very, very big deal, but also at the same time preserving his hero abilities to make sure that they could support properly the backside. It does have a big impact on this attack there, and ultimately got him through.
It was a minute 47, minute 48 on that attack. That is super quick. This last one was like a minute and a half. Prototype has found something with these super dragons that it just takes advantage of, just crushes these bases. That was super impressive. Now that puts Method Madness in must triple situation, and they're going to have to hope to get a defense on that last attack, because remember, 50 Thieves, they're already up on stars. This 50 Thieves team, they're kind of surprising some of us here, Eric. They're coming out strong. They're putting up some really good totals. This is a team to keep your eye on moving forward.
Well, like we said, Method Madness has a good track history of getting about 12 stars per war, so they need to make that happen right now. They're running out of opportunities. The pressure's now on. If they want to make it in a challenge off of this round here and not have to go fight in the lower bracket for it, then they need to make this attack triple, and then they need to make their next attack triple, and they got to pick up a defense. They need a full reverse sweep right now to swing this war back. So pressure's on now as we get ready for this next attack.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough comeback for sure. Looking at the stats here, 50 Thieves. Remember, it's really close. Going into that attack, it was 1%. It was one building. So a couple triples here. Method Madness, if they can hold any kind of defense, they should be good. But, I mean, to this point, they haven't had any triples, so easier said than done. We know how tough Town Hall 15 can be. It seems like 50 Thieves, not only their offense, but their defense is giving some of these teams some problems, but it's going to be Boon coming in, and we get another hog attack. Really similar to that last hog attack we saw with the stones, or the log launcher, excuse me, entry with the heroes pushing through. That Quake just to set up some value. Let's see if this one can go better.
All right, well, last time the queen walked, and I feel like that last one potentially could have gone through if the queen didn't walk. And right now she's walking again. Oh, no. All right, get this under control here. Those ground skellies might actually pull her into the base there. Or maybe she's delayed a little bit there by the king, so she doesn't go in there and chase them.
Might be a problem. Yeah, she's
a little tight and burn up all the ground skellies, so he doesn't have anything to direct in. So yeah, I'm not sure.
The same thing, Eric. She's walking. She's definitely walking. He's gonna try to cut her off the hogs rather, and might be able to push her into that compartment, but he's missing all that value as the Yetis are coming out of the CC. The king got burned up in there, so he's missing a lot of that value where the queen could be in there dealing some massive damage.
Yeah, but the ward ability has not been used yet. He holds on to it as he goes with the heal spell through the first rage tower. Another heal spell comes out of the one, but the back end rage tower has already been pre-triggered, so he's not going to have to worry about that extra damage there when he gets over that area. But he does need to worry about the talent takedown, or champion cuts off to the left side of the base there early and will go intercept the multi-inferno, the expo, and potentially the scatter chop, but he misses that defensive road champion left side. Town Hall does go down. He's going to freeze over to the left side there and try to push his road champion through, but he needs a lot of support there. He has to get the road champion down, and if she survives through it and has good HP, there is a chance that his queen could go finish out the top side of the base here. She is up there with her ability intact, and get the scatter. Okay, Bash! He might have a chance here.
I was worried he missed his invis, but it worked out really nicely. The RC snugged in there against the scatter shot, so it was in its dead zone, so it couldn't fire on the Royal Champion. Queen still has ability. Royal Champion's still alive. This is fine. This is fine, Eric. This is going to be a triple. This is what they need. This is the 3-star that they need. Method of Madness keeps their dreams alive. It was a little bit all over the place, but Boon's going to get the 3-star, and Method of Madness stays alive. Wow.
Well, they still got some work to do, though. That's just step one.
They need a defense. They need a defense next.
They need a defense, and because they had the percentage advantage, if Bash math is right, and they, which I'm going to count on. I'm going to call.
I mean, we can see it right here on the stat. Once the stats update, they should be up by like what, just a few points of a percent here. So you don't need Bash math. The stats will back me up on this one.
All right. I trust the stats, and we'll trust the last attacker here for Method Meta to see if they can give him a chance here. But now that they are hot on the tail of 50 Thieves, now the pressure is going to start to build here, because this lead is now threatened officially. Yeah. And they need to hold it together here if they want to secure their spot for a challenge, because they're so close. They're so close they can taste it. They just need to hold it together for one more exchange.
Remember, guys, this war, well, I'm calling this our war of the night for sure, the way it's gone so far. But remember, come back tomorrow, same time. We're going to have 4 more wars. We're going to decide those other teams. The winner of this match does qualify for challenge. The loser will go down to the lower bracket and have to fight to survive. So make sure you come back tomorrow and see all of that, see which 4 other teams make it to our challenge phase in January. So tons of SPS action still coming at you, but this war is not over. I'm assuming we're going to have Logan in that 5 spot for 50 Thieves. If Logan can get the triple, they're going to win. A defense leaves the door open for Method Madness.
And just so if you are not aware, the 3 teams, now 3 because Push just qualified, there are 3 teams that are currently qualified for challenge. So the winner of this match is going to give us our 4th team to move on to challenge. The other 2 were the same 2 teams that played in the grand finals last season in Seattle. And that was what used to be Aphelion. Now they're called KFC guys, and they got some goofy look. It's a goofy team, but they're having some fun with it. And they are one of the teams. The other one is United Gaming with a bunch of multi-time champions. I think most of that team has 4-time championship rings there. But let's focus in here on Logan, and we'll talk about those guys a little bit later on. But this Super Archer bomb is going to go in here and secure the town takedown. Get the race chart out of the way here. Get the chains through the town hall. Get the expo on the side here. Get the clan castle pulled here. Okay, everything going nice and smooth here. And your boy Logan is going to try to hold it together here and put it out of reach above Method of Madness.
Logan in this 5 spot, that's the clutch spot. This is where you want to put a war away. You want to be in here and just get that 3-star when your team needs it. Let's see if Logan can do just that. He's going to go ahead and pull down some ice globes. He did. I wonder if he meant to put those 2 wall breakers in there. It kind of felt like he maybe misclicked there and meant to put in a couple barbs, but instead a couple wall breakers go in. Hopefully he doesn't need those wall breakers a little bit later on. Hero's starting to work through here though. He's got a lot of base to get through, but he did thin it out. Keep an eye on this compartment over onto the right-hand side. Also, keep an eye on these ice golems as they make their way over to the heroes.
You gotta get the king to pop his ability soon here, which means the ward needs to step up there and go to cover the king. So spawn the barbarians, then pop the ward ability. Also takes the eagle artillery strikes there while he's under the ward ability, so that works out fantastic. And those extra barbarians are gonna give him plenty of cover there to keep the defensive king distracted. Looking very good right there, but the queen takes the inside path. Not super happy with that. Would have been nice if she would have stayed outside and stayed behind the king, but maybe she can go and break a wall, get the multi-inferno down. Definitely a possibility. I'm a little bit concerned here about this top side of the base here. This Monolith is a little bit out of control there, but he got the road champion. He's going to control this backside compartment. Looks very, very dangerous, and is all that is stopping Logan from sending his team to the challenge phase of the Snapdragon Pro Series Season 4 bracket.
Here we go. This is all or nothing for this final compartment with Queen having ability.
He's got it.
Royal Champion having ability. It's looking good, Eric. Logan's going to get the job done in that 5 spot. It's going to be a 3-star for 50 Thieves. This is a new face in the SPS North American circuit, but they are making a huge splash here in our ladder finals. 50 Thieves will move on to our challenge phase.
Imagine walking in here as an unknown team and putting up this kind of a fight here against 2 teams stacked with so much players, with so much history, and just making it look easy. That was a dominant performance here, not only in this match here, but also the previous match. We still have one more attack here, but man, 50 Thieves came to play today, and I'm excited. They got me pumped up here. I want to see more of them, and I'm very excited to see how they manage themselves in challenge.
Eric, you talked about it a lot in previous seasons where if you get to that 40% hit rate, that 12 stars, you're usually going to be pretty good. These guys are sitting in there 12, 13 stars, really kind of just commanding and dictating the war, doing exactly what they need to. Logan's really good in that 5 spot. We saw last war, he adapted, just went with that safe plan. This war, they needed him to triple. He comes out firing, gets crazy value. These guys know how to use their super barbs. We've seen them using super drags really well. I'm excited to see what they can do. But remember, Eric, when we move into challenge, there's going to be a whole new town hall out. Town Hall 16 is confirmed for December. Challenge is in January, so that's going to play a huge factor how these teams, all of our teams, are going to adapt and overcome a brand new meta. It's going to be Stay Away. Stamus is coming up next for us. E-Drags with some sneaky goblins. We got some zaps in there. A little bit of a mini charge here from the Queen. A little hodgepodge. E-Drag. I don't even know, Eric.
Yeah, well, a lot of these players have been adapting to the meta since this circus started at Town Hall 12. So like they know the drill. They know the drill here. I think they're going to be fine, but it is going to be whoever adapts to it the quickest is going to be able to have the biggest advantage into the challenge phase there. So maybe the save attacks there work. Maybe they don't. I guess we'll find out when we get there, but Stay Away. Going to keep on making his way forward here. Needs to still secure that Town Hall takedown. But look at the sneaky goblins going to the right side. He's going to get that storage down. The E-Drags might get there first. Need to get the model under control here, but the Sneak Goblins are on the Town Hall now, and you can send in more to go in there and secure. But he'll just go ahead and freeze the can't really chain that freeze all the way from the Town Hall to the model. There's a little bit of a big gap there between them, but he tried, and he'll get the talent down, but I don't know what he can do at the backside.
Yeah, it's a tough one. This one didn't really go his way. Probably maybe knew coming into this one that the war was over, so kind of just finishing up as best he can. But again, you know, they're still alive. They're not out of this. They'll have to go down to that lower bracket, fight through, and try to survive. We'll see that tomorrow, which teams will make it through. But 50 Thieves will be our 4th team making it through. We had 2 qualified tonight. Our top 2 from ladder making it through. Our former champion and KFC guys now under a new banner, and a multi-time champions over in United Gaming. So we have a nice challenge season already shaping up, and it's going to be a GG victory for 50 Thieves, a really commanding spot for them.
Yeah, but also it's gonna, with a couple of more underdog teams slipping through here, that means tomorrow playing through the rest of the bracket to be able to secure our other 4 spots, you still have a lot of big name teams that are contending for those spots. So that can make tomorrow's broadcast very, very interesting as we see them fight for the last couple slots and try to get themselves in a challenge.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to definitely be interesting. Make sure you guys tune in for that. But Falcone, we got 2 teams qualified, man. What do you think?
I think that is incredible. They will be so excited, I am sure, for the next phase of the competition. You know, big money, big prizes, and big respect as well. Of course, that's one of the things that I don't think we talk about enough in esports, is that these players, they want the bragging rights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the bracket one last time today. And Bash, why don't you talk us through what's gone down?
So we had some really good matches, and we see the final bracket there, but these teams aren't going to have to play. They'll have to play maybe for prize money or whatnot, but Push Canada, 50 Thieves do make it through. They will join KFC guys and United Gaming. However, all of the teams that are kind of grayed out there will go to the lower bracket. Now tomorrow, we got some really good matches. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Our upper bracket still has 2 matches to be played out, and then we'll figure out this lower bracket where every match will be an elimination match, so we get to our final 2 in the lower bracket.
And I'll tell you a little secret, and that is that lower brackets are my favorite part of any tournament. Whenever the players start to get eliminated left, right, and center, I know that you're not supposed to say that. I know you're supposed to be cheering them on. Me, yeah, I want to see victories. It is fun. It is spicy seeing teams get eliminated. Isn't it, Eric? It's not just me, is it?
Oh yeah, Well, I mean, it puts a little much more pressure on. That's when the teams are going to either shine or buckle under the pressure. And when they know that they have an extra live remaining, maybe they're feeling a little more comfortable. But you really push a team to their limits there when you know that you have to win or you're out of the competition and potentially tens of thousands of dollars.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I think that's what makes esports tournaments just so much fun. It is those high pressure situations. It is, and it's heartbreaking, but that's also kind of what makes it entertaining. We want to see these journeys of the players. Do you think, Bash?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And these high pressure situations, we see a lot of characters being built, developed. We see a lot of familiar faces. I mean, we saw that here today, a lot of familiar faces, but we see some new faces coming in and making that huge impact, that huge splash. So that's the fun thing about esports. The era of anyone can step up and make a big difference.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the schedule for tomorrow, as of course we will be back same time, same place to see this one through. And Eric, the stakes are high tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'm liking that first match there between United Gaming and Nebula, who we expected to just easily walk their way through after their performance last season, but faced a little bit of resistance and now find themselves facing elimination down there. But that other team there that is going to be facing against them, that's the former Golden X team. Like, that's a team that has made it all the way to the stage finals in past seasons. There's a lot of good players on the team. There's some talent here, and nobody could let their guard down tomorrow. We got ourselves a nice set of matches, and it's just going to keep on developing as the other matches play out in the lower bracket. We see those final matches before we send our another 4 teams a challenge.
Well, I am excited, and I hope that you guys watching at home are too. Do let us know your thoughts on X, Instagram, and Facebook at ESL Mobile. We want to know which teams you are rooting for, and if you, like me, are excited to see teams going home as well. Also, you can reach out to us on Discord. Of course, it is worth jumping into the conversation there. And again, consider applying yourselves for future Snapdragon Pro Series. All of the esports have got super accessible ways in. Bash, did you have something to add then?
Oh no, I was just agreeing. I mean,
oh right, okay.
Like Eric said, I mean, that's where he got started. I've been playing in SBS in previous seasons. I think this is a good entry into esports. So I just wanted to kind of emphasize. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I know that yesterday, or maybe it's this morning. I know the EU MENA Snapdragon Pro Series circuits are just starting with their ladder phase. So if you are trying to get in on it, then join the Discord server and try to get in on that if you're in that region. But we'll keep on going here with North American for season 4 and just keep chugging along here.
Brilliant. Well, that just about brings today to a close. So can I get your final thoughts for the day? Let's start with Bash.
50 Thieves, man. Eric, I know you didn't really know them coming in, but for me, they lived up to the hype. I was kind of had a personal dog in there rooting for Logan, but I think they made a really nice impact. I'm really curious to see how things developed overall, though. Yeah, we'll get our teams qualified, but challenge is going to be a whole different ball game. So yeah, this is really cool, but this is going to be like one of our last shots at Town Hall 15 esports. So I'm interested to see who qualifies tomorrow.
Yeah, it's kind of the day of the underdogs there, right? You got the players that are stacked with the most experience in this tournament, and they're taking some losses there to some up-and-coming fresh blood, and maybe we're seeing a change of the guard here, and that's definitely a potential there with how strong we saw specifically out of 50 Thieves there.
Well, there you have it. There is much more to come tomorrow, so do come back here, same time, same place. But from Eric, from Bash, from the whole production team and myself, we hope you've enjoyed the show, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. I don't got the time, put me in, coach. I've been going hard, time to let it show. Everything raw, give it to me now. Let me have the spot, man, it's going down. Gotta get it here, I don't wanna wait. Take what I want, then I go train. Gotta get a win, I won't lose the game. This is my year, I ain't gonna break. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
The Snapdragon Pro Series powered by Samsung Galaxy is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, Monster Energy, and DHL.